Hello and welcome to Carrion Comfort Studios. My name is Wes Franks, and I am your camp director for this evening. This evening we have a cat that's just knocking shit over. um, this evening we have a very special, wonderful premiere of a new series for you called Camp Halfblood. Camp Halfblood is an actual play TTRPG stream that is set in the universe of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Also, a bunch of other novels by Rick Riordan. We are going to be using the Demigods system, which is a powered by the apocalypse system that was developed and created by Jason Mills. It is not out yet, but it was backed on Kickstarter. It was fully funded, and there should be a release at some point soon, very soon. But Jason was awesome enough to kind of sit down and talk with me and kind of like give me some ins and outs and some run-throughs of the system. As well, you can get the quick start for this system at his website. You just go find him on Twitter, and there will be in the chat, there will be a link for that at some point. But I just wanted to say thank you, Jason. This is going to be an awesome stream. Though this is set in a YA fantasy novel universe, this stream is going to contain some things, so consider this your content warning. It is going to have things like violence, stressful situations, romance, strong language, natural disasters. It's not going to get anything too grotesque or too horrific, but there could be some strong feelings coming about. Summer camp is a very intense time in a teenager's life, and this game is going to exhibit some of those traits. So, if things get too stressful for you, feel free, take a step back, turn the stream off, go drink some water, go chill out. We'll be here when you come back, or the VOD will be available to you on Twitch after the show, or you can find it next week on YouTube. So, before we get into it, I would like to have my players introduce themselves. Let's start with April and go around, and we will get into it.
Hi, I'm April. She, her. I'm playing Lysora, also she, her.
Prince?
Hello everyone, I'm Prince, aka Doubles and Dice around the interwebs, and I am playing Zane Hellstrom, son of Hades.
Amazing. All right, Rachel?
Hi, I'm Rachel, at Ms. Pretty Dreadful online, she, her. I will be playing Theodora Connor, also she, her.
Excellent. Bully?
Hey, I am Bully from Table Goth, and tonight I'll be playing Clyde Goodberry, child of Apollo, he, him.
Amazing. And last but certainly and never least, Vin.
Hi guys, I'm Vin. I've been Vox VA, and I'll be playing Frog, a kid of Hephaestus, they, he.
So, we have all of our players. We have our stage. So, without further ado, I and the cast of Camp Halfblood present to you Camp Halfblood. Nestled on the north shore of Long Island Sound sits acres of land that hold a very special purpose. Masquerading as a strawberry farm, Camp Halfblood remains one of the few places demigods can call a safe place to live. Its main function is to provide shelter and training for the children of deities of the Greek pantheon, and has been a breeding ground for heroes and legends alike for ages. Heroes like Annabeth Chase, Grover Underwood, Nico D'Angelo, and, most famously, Percy Jackson, son of Poseidon. Though our tale tonight takes place in the same woods and lake, the training grounds, stables, archery ranges, and more that theirs did, this is not their tale. This is a tale for a new group of heroes. A small cadre of 17-year-olds on the cusp of aging out of Camp Halfblood. They are confronted with having to venture out into the world of monsters and adulthood without the boundaries of this camp to protect them. Our tale begins like many, around a campfire, with our heroes enjoying a quiet Sunday evening to themselves, before the week of the summer solstice and a new batch of campers to fill cabins. I'm going to roll a d6, or actually a d10, and we'll have it by 2 since I don't have a d5. Anybody wants to send me a d5 if they exist, hit me up. Theo, you are sitting with your friends, your adventuring party, your very own Argonauts, so to speak, around a campfire on a rocky but peaceful beach. This is not the normal beach that is used by most campers. This is a very quiet, distant beach. Something that has been used by many before you and will be used by many campers after you, but for now, in this night, in this moment, is yours. Can you please describe for us in the audience what Theo looks like and who Theo is sitting in between in this circle?
Yeah, so Theo is about 5'6", average height. She is very tan. She's got brown hair that's like perfect, like natural beach waves that she has kind of pulled up out of her face. She's built like a rock climber, super active, kind of hanging out. She's got her camp counselor shirt with the sleeves cut off. She's cut it into a muscle shirt. She's got denim shorts on, and she's wearing a one-piece swimsuit under that. And she's been sitting there next to her friends, specifically next to Clyde, and has probably been trying to convince him to get into the ocean with her for like the better part of maybe 10 seconds. And Clyde kind of knows that if he doesn't make a decision, Theo's going to make one for the both of them. And the clock on that's running out.
Perfect. Let's go in the circle. Clyde, describe yourself for us in the audience and let us know who's sitting next to you.
Clyde is a sort of a disarming, boyish charm to him. Light brown eyes that are usually either unfocused as if dreaming or sort of disappearing when he's having a smile. Medium length, sandy hair, always collected in a handy rolled bandana, though. He's probably pretty tall, probably over 6 foot. Sort of a lean frame, bordering on gangly. Usually in sort of cozy outdoor practical outfits. Always suspenders, don't want to lose your shorts, and always a good pair of sandals if he's not barefoot. As well as always covered in the friendship bracelets, which he has many of that he's made over the years here at Camp Halfblood with all of his friends. And yeah, that's probably about Clyde for you. I'll be sitting around. What time is it? About what you say?
It is around 9 p.m. The
Oh,
stars.
sun's been down.
The
It's
sun's
cozy
been
time.
down. It's cozy time,
Ah.
and the stars are out.
That's all right. Stars are just suns that a little further away. Yeah. So we're sitting next to Theo, of course, who's got plenty to say, and she's wanting to hop in that ocean. It's not seeming so bad. But most things are, the more the merrier. He always believes, and at his other side would probably be a good old Frog. Probably a stark difference to Clyde, but Clyde always finds his way next to Frog's side one way or another. Tonight's no different.
Frog, would you please take the time to describe yourself for us in the audience and let us know who you're sitting next to?
Picking up, Frog is a stark contrast to Clyde. They're a little bit shorter, maybe like 5'9". Glasses chain, piercing. They have really fluffy black hair, and underneath is like this bright, toxic neon green. They're kind of slouched. They don't want to be outside. Like, they spend too much time already in the dirt and muck and grime at camp, so they're not enjoying it, but at least they're around people they tolerate. And sitting next to them, or they would like to have sitting next to them, is Zane.
Zane, would you please describe yourself for us and the audience and let us know who you're sitting next to?
Okay, so Zane is tallish, maybe about 6 feet tall. He has brown hair, curly. It almost looks like if you have a reference, Justin Guarini from the days of American Idol. Hats on. And he's darker skinned, more dark than me, and he was wearing sunglasses, and they're reflecting the campfire light, but they're the third eye sunglasses, so they're all over his face. And he was talking to Lysora next to him, not really paying any other attention. And he goes, black people don't swim, so I'm glad she's not doing this to me, because there's so many ways to die in the ocean. Like a simple jellyfish to someone that doesn't know how to swim, and you're dead, just dead. And then I'm walking your grandparent or your mother or your brother to the afterlife. And I'd rather walk to the afterlife with a party. So how are we getting this thing turned up?
Lysora, will you please describe yourself for us and the audience so we can complete this circle?
Sitting next to Zane. So are we sitting on like logs? I'm guessing like logs around the fire.
Logs. If you brought like a bedroll or a sleeping bag or a pack. This area, to kind of give it a quick description, you were sitting at a fire pit that has long had logs burned into it and will have logs burn in it for ages past. There are rocks. They are smooth, gray, dark gray, black and white rocks, perfect for skipping, that make up this shore. There are patches of sand that break up through it. And yes, there are rocks and other things of different natures around. You notice that there are the odd wrappers of candy that have faded in the sun. There are some cans of soda and, much to the chagrin of the directors of the camp, alcohol, beer cans, probably picked up from outside of the camp on a run from one of the campers, or smuggled in by somebody that are in between the reeds and the tall grass that make up just past the shore. But yes, you will have like logs and bedrolls or bags or backpacks, whatever you brought.
She'll like have been laying like with her head on the log, so she's like sitting on the ground staring up, and like pops up, and you see Asura. She has short pink hair. She's wearing very dark colors, not wearing the camp shirt. She keeps seeming to get away with that somehow. Fishnets, a lot of necklaces, dark makeup. Party. We need a party. We need to do something better than this.
Any ideas?
Yes. Okay. How about since all the new campers aren't here yet, we start raiding some of the camps, the houses with the less students, and seeing if anyone left anything.
Okay.
I mean, if they did leave something, don't you think it'd be quite the surprise if they came back after all this time and it was still here waiting for them?
Or if they left
Yes.
something they
So-
shouldn't have.
If it's not a surprise though, and if it's not there, like you can't miss what you don't remember.
Also, if you were to leave
Actually, I'm
food
down
or
with stealing.
booze, like who would leave that in a camp? There are wild animals in the woods. You can't leave that just laying around.
I know Ares and Aphrodite's camps, they usually have some good stuff.
All right. Well, I don't want to be the only naysayer here. You know what else might be kind of fun, actually? We could take these things, and I've been collecting sticks all week. Maybe we leave some of my cooler sticks in place of the things we
Yes.
took, you know.
Yes. Take their stuff and leave a stick. That is brilliant. That is brilliant.
I
Actually,
got
like,
other
Put
things
name
too.
on
A
it if
couple
you need to.
rocks. I
Whatever
found this
works
together
for you.
earlier.
she's like
Just
so excited.
holds
She
up.
like cups the side of your face. Like, you are brilliant. Give me some sticks.
Yeah. I've got them over in my stick pile. I'll go pick out some good ones if anyone wants to help.
Don't
And
run with them. You never know what might happen.
most of the time, I do know what's gonna happen. Yeah. Most of the time. And yeah, Clyde will get up and just sort of
Son
start
of a
moseying
bitch.
over to his stick pile. Isn't too far.
Clyde, do you carry your stick pile with you?
No, right now he's collecting. He's carrying his rock.
You
pile.
just collect
You can hear
them.
you can hear the rattling of the rocks in his cargo shorts. He's found some cool rocks today. But yeah, he'll go and sort of trade off. He'll dump some of his rocks in a rock pile and pick up some of the cooler sticks he's found. And, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a cool little gift for the campers.
Perfect.
So who's here and who's not here? Like, whose stuff are we looking at?
So y'all are on you would have to trek to get to the cabins. Right now it is just your squad rolled up because you're on a different shore of the lake, far off away from like the main campsite. So if you do want to do a nighttime raid, you would have to trek back to like the main camp. But now might be the perfect time because there are some cabins where there's some campers that aren't year-round. Some of y'all are year-round campers. A lot of the campers here are year-round campers. But not all of them. Some of them go back home during the school year. They only come here for summer. And some of them do leave their stuff. Unwisely, probably, but they do. Yeah. If y'all want to, y'all can make that trek back. Up to y'all.
I can get us there.
How do you plan to do that?
Did you learn
Quickly.
something new?
Well, Theo kind of looks apologetically at Frog for a half second. I mean, it doesn't work perfectly every time, and Theo will go ahead and do safe passage, which is a move I can read out.
Perfect. Go for it. Go ahead and read it out here for
You can
the
travel
audience.
safely through your element. I am a child of Notos, so that is the wind. You can go any distance as long as your element is uninterrupted. If it's just you, you don't need to roll. If you bring friends, you roll plus metal. So Theo will appear over by Clyde and his she'll ride the wind really quickly over to Clyde and his stick pile.
His collection of sticks. And he's got his rocks in his pocket. That's always an option. The wind also might not be a bad idea. Nodos is the god of the summer wind. It is almost summertime. Almost perfectly summertime. So, fate might be in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
What say the rest of you?
If this doesn't work, I got a horse.
I mean, I can meet you there. It's fine.
Yeah, I would rather walk.
Sounded like an
No
awful lot
offense,
of
full of
lot
Did
of
you know
work.
that, like,
No, it's super easy. And then she
Dude.
goes back to the.
Yeah, and you can tell she's just floating. It's almost like the wind just kind of, a gentle breeze just goes and picks up Theo and carries you across and sets you down.
see, that's much safer than running with sticks. You know, that's why vampires get discovered that stick to the chest, that's a stake, tripped on themselves, poof, done. Vampire's dead. That's how we find out about how stakes go into vampires.
Well, Zane, I'm
more
gonna
you know.
stick with you. I feel a lot safer that way, I guess. I didn't realize these sticks are so dangerous. Started picking out the safe ones.
Only to you. I'm fine.
Okay, so who's riding with me?
Just
I'm
you.
riding with you if you can get me there.
I can get you there.
Which camp or which house?
There's no
what are we
closer
going
cabins
to?
or anything like that, or it's all right.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could go to some of the outer ring cabins. Camp Halfblood is situated where there were 12 original cabins, but after the time of Percy Jackson, decision was made that the gods had to step up and start taking ownership of their demigod children. So there were more cabins added, and they were kind of added because the original 12 were in like a semicircle around the main yard. They started expanding out towards. So if you wanted to hit some outer ring cabins and not have to worry about floating or anything like that, then you would probably have to go ahead and you would be looking at different cabins like cabins 26 through 20, which would be Janus, Eris, the Four Winds, Hecate, and then you would start getting closer into camp. That would be like Nemesis, Heavy, Nike, Tyche, those starting to get into to that area. But
Well,
yeah,
we're not raiding Eris.
You're not. Anyway, I have an idea. We could split up. Those who want to fly can take the upper ones, and then those who want to walk, can hit the closer ones.
What's the problem, Frog?
I don't have a problem. I just don't like flying naturally. You know, I'll take a plane, but not when whatever. No.
Cool.
You don't want any of the fun stuff, clearly. Anyway, let's go.
Which one are we going to? I'll meet you there.
Aphrodite? Ares?
We can do Aphrodite.
You know Aphrodite has the fun, happy thingies.
You're right.
Candid.
I'll meet you there. And
Yeah, do Aphrodite for me. Like, y'all do that in my name. I would appreciate it.
Hey, Frog, if you raid my cabin, will you tell me?
No?
All right. And then, I guess whoever's riding the wind, Theo's gonna take him and go.
You can raid my cabin. It smells like sulfur.
All right, Theo. So just final count, it's Theo and Zane. Clyde, are you staying with Frog and Lysora?
Oh, Clyde's just gonna go with the flow, you know. He couldn't find the best sticks, so he's just bringing them all.
Let's bring them all.
But also, we just got this fire started, and you know the safety to keep in mind. So it may take a few minutes to put that out properly. But yeah, then we'll be on our way.
and I'm going to Aphrodite's, but I'm going my own way.
Perfect. Got it.
Who's walking? Frog? If
Go
Frog's taking a
away.
stroll, I'll stroll with Frog.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So, we're going to go ahead and start with Theo and Zane. Theo, can you please give me a 2d6 roll plus your medal, please?
Yeah, did somebody imply earlier that maybe I get to roll a favor, though?
I will say that you can roll with Fortune's favor since it is around the same summertime.
It's
Yes.
auspicious.
It's
Does that 3 dice then? And take the
That
2
is
highest?
3 dice and take the 2 highest,
Okay.
yes. Just within the game of the mechanics, Fortune's favor, you roll 3 dice and take the 2 highest. With Fortune's disfavor, you roll 3 dice and take the 2 lowest.
That's a 10.
A 10. All told, a 10? So, on a 10
No
plus,
problem.
you get it done for now. No problem. Zane, you feel this wind lift you up underneath your feet, and almost like it's carrying you. Almost like the wind is just holding you. And it's odd for you. Like, you're kind of floating. It's the opening of, or not the opening, but it's Mary Poppins, where you're floating around and everything. You're trying to get your bearings correct. Theo, this is old hat. You've been practicing this for a little bit. You've been taking some time to yourself to kind of get used to the flow, the motion of it. And it's carrying you, and you can feel, it's almost like you have wings. And you two soar over the trees, up past the strawberry fields. You feel yourself carried past Canoe Lake. You can see the stables, the camp forge, the archery fields, the climbing wall, the sword fighting arena, all of it. Even off in the distance, the Athena Parthenos. And you touch down behind Aphrodite's cabin. You can hear some light snores. Most of Aphrodite's children go home when it's not the summertime. A lot of them come from, I wouldn't say well-off families, but also families that are in the limelight a lot. But it's clear that Aphrodite has a type. But there are the occasional kids that are still here. There's about 2 or 3 still in the cabin to sneak in and do a little bit of snatching and grabbing, though. You're going to have to be a little bit stealthy as you move through. I'd like you both to roll me metal, please. 2d6 plus metal. No favor.
That's another 10.
It's another 10.
Yeah, that's 9 plus 1.
That is a 3. Because I have -1 in metal.
All right, that gives me a move. Perfect. All right. We'll put a pin in that for now. Lysora, you're taking your own way. Can you please describe for the audience what Lysora's own way is?
So Lysora has a move. It's called Location, Location, Location. Perform a small ritual to travel instantly to any person or place you know. And Lysora, because her mother is a trickster goddess and likes to play jokes, has given her children certain gifts, like the ability to nope out of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
So Lysora has the ability to back up, like, and as she takes like 2 steps back, transports to a different location. And so I would like to transport into the house at the door so I can open it for Zane and Theo.
Perfect. Can you go ahead and roll me 2d6 plus weird?
2d6. Oh, also, I have an ability that when I'm doing anything sneaky, I get a +1.
Perfect. So go ahead. That'll be a 2d6 plus your weird plus 1.
8, 9, 10, 11.
Amazing. So you're utilizing some magical abilities. As you're describing this kind of ritual for us, go ahead and choose 2 boons from the Bend Fate list and 1 bane.
Wait, where's that?
That is going to be on page in the Demigods. It's page 24.
Okay.
Yep.
So I need to choose
2 boons and 1 bane. Under Bend Fate.
Yes, I see it now.
Now, for the audience's sake, these boons can be something like heal a harm, inflict one harm, give someone else fate's favor or disfavor. Someone's supernatural ability is unusable for the scene. Restore someone else's supernatural ability that's been taken away, or your gift does something beyond its normal limits.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
One of them is I'm going to take someone's ability.
Okay.
I'm going to take Theo's flight for the scene, just as like a, hi, I beat ya.
Amazing. All right. What's your other boon?
My other boon is, because I do that, I feel bad. I'm going to also give you fate's favor. You are shocked and can't fly, but you don't lose your everything.
And what is one bane that you're going to take?
I will take... I'm going to be stunned for a few moments, because it's dark in there.
Perfect. You two are sneaking past, making your way towards the door, the front. And to describe Aphrodite's cabin here for a moment, I feel like it's important to go ahead and describe these because they all have very distinct looks about them. This is the beauty of Rick Riordan's world, is that it is very descriptive. Aphrodite's cabin is described as where models go to die. Has a painted roof with pillars of blue and white checkerboard deck with steps and gray walls. It is filled with beautiful people of designer clothing and very, very good-looking boys and gorgeous women and all between. The inside of it, Lysora, is a pink Barbie house, the best way to describe it. The inside of the door is pink. It has lace curtains hanging from each of the 4-post beds, and these are 4-post bunk beds as well, each with a canopy upon them. In each of the windows, where it gets perfect moonlight, you can see potted carnations that dot amongst them. And you hear the light, very light snoring, because I don't believe it would be very common for a child of Aphrodite to snore. That would be much too unattractive. And as soon as you pop in, a floorboard creaks. On the other side, Theo, Zane, you hear a floorboard creak right in front of the door. Lysora, you're stunned for a little bit. You two are stunned outside. Definitely a moment of who moves first. You hear a Lysora. And then a adjustment. Seems like somebody adjusting to the cold side of a pillow. And you unlock the door and open it. And you see Zane and Theo on the other side.
You made it.
What the hell?
Are we gonna go grab stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll ask questions later.
As you make your way inside, making sure not to creak any more floorboards, I want you all to take in mind one item that you really want to grab. As we move to Frog and Clyde. The other three have gone. Clyde, you're collecting your bundle of very cool sticks. And you're kind of looking after this fire. What is Frog doing?
They're just hanging out, standing, getting a little impatient, like bouncing from foot to foot. But they don't want to push Clyde because, again, one of the few people they tolerate.
Clyde, is this evening going as you expected it to?
Not exactly. I was hoping for something a little more cozy, but you get this group together and you never know what we're gonna get up to. So maybe I should have seen this coming. But it's all right. Not sure what to do with the mallows. I don't want any critters getting into them when we're off causing mischief, but I might take them with me too. I'll actually offer one to the frog. Yeah, they're not toasted yet, but they're not bad as they are.
Yeah, sure. Not a real sweet person.
Oh, it's all right. I'll be wrapping up here any moment now. And yeah, he's just sort of taking his time, making sure to do it right. Kick a little bit of sand on the fire and take some other sticks and break it up. That'll do. We'll still have a few embers to work with if we get back in time, but it should be nice and safe. What cabin were you hoping to go to?
I mean, I really didn't want to do the thing, but I didn't want to say no, so your pick. I want to see you be a delinquent.
Oh, I mean, they're all heading to Aphrodite's. We could just go there. Curious to see what they get into, right? I'm not much for mischief myself, but they seem real excited for it. I want to see what they got up to.
You know, we could go into Eris and Nodos, just to see what they're about.
Yeah, that sounds good to me too. Well, you know what? Got a feather, and that'd be something to leave in Nodos, hey?
Oh my god.
Yeah, sure. That's a great idea. You're so clever.
I mean, unless you want it. It's not a bad feather. Bluebird. Chasing the grasshopper. Got away. Got the best of him. He lost this in the process. You know how grasshoppers are. I mean, yeah. Here. I mean, you hold on to it if you want it. Keep it. If not, you can do whatever you want, and I'll just sort of hand the feather over.
They take it just out of obligation.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, you go.
Clyde. You're the best.
All right. Which one first, Noto or Ares?
Just because Lai said no, let's just go to Eris first.
Yeah, that works for me.
Perfect. As you're making sure that this fire isn't going to cause any issues, it hasn't been a very dry summer, luckily. And you're able just to build the ring back. You clear a lot of the grass. Luckily, it's on a beach side, so it's got water to one side, and there's reeds and grass the other side. But there's a lot of rocks around, so you're able to build the ring back. So there's a lot of dirt in between, giving them a lot of space just in case things get out of hand. What I want to see from Clyde here, as we're kind of focusing on him adjusting that and getting ready and grabbing his things to get ready to leave with Frog. Frog, you're kind of looking off in the distance. Clyde, typically you choose to take this move. You kind of describe what you want to see and everything. Can you go ahead and give me an oracle roll? Roll 2d6 plus judgment.
Oh, absolutely. Judgment is 2. Making that a 12.
A 12. You are going through the fire, and you're kind of breaking up some sticks, making the nice solid ring. And you notice a really cool rock that seemed to be buried under some other rocks. And you pick it up, and it's porous, and some of the pores almost make a spiral in it, a whirl almost. And you look into it, and you're almost like you're pulled into it. And for a quick glimpse, it's very quick. It's a lifetime for you, but for anybody else that might be watching you, it's very quick. Your eyes kind of roll in the back of your head. And you see Canoe Lake with a massive, what must be a cyclone, over it, pulling in canoes, paddle boats. Mr. D's big boat that he got a couple of years ago. Pulling all these things off of the surface and into the lake. It's this cyclone that's over the air, and in the distance you can see storms, rumbling, thunder cracking. And you just hear shouting, "Don't take him. Don't take him. You can't take him." And then you're back. You have a +1 ongoing if you follow signs that seem connected to that. But you're back.
How far is the Eris cabin from that lake?
Eris is pretty close. It's not the closest. The closest cabins to that lake would be the Four Winds. Would be Nodos and Erus and Boreas and Zephyrus. Those cabins. Which respectfully are cabins 21, 22, 23, and 24.
Okay.
But Eris is on the in-between line almost. It's near the trailhead that leads towards the lake. It's closer to the other... It's actually closer to the original 12 than any of the other new edition cabins have been.
Probably best to check that out once we got everyone together again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Frog, we just see Clyde just sort of pause for a second, hold this rock, and just almost like nod in understanding at the rock. Sort of toss it and catch it. All right.
You, all right?
Yeah.
Are you lying?
I'll tell you what, Frog, I actually am, but I'm very much not in a place to really be talking about it right now. If that's all right with you.
Gasp, shock, and awe. Dirty Clyde, what a liar. Kidding. You good? You ready? Let's go?
Yeah, let's get on with these fun pranks. Yeah.
Yeah, let's have some japes.
And if I can ask a quick favor of you, please don't ask me if I'm okay in front of the others. Okay. And yeah, we'll just start sort of whistling and heading towards the cabin.
And I assume
You can have this rock too if you want. I think I'm gonna call it like a whirly rock. It's kind of got a design on it. I'll toss the rock to Frog.
And catch it.
Hey, good
Yeah,
catch.
and I'll just put it. Yeah, I'll just put it with my feather, and just play RL Animal Crossing. Fuck, I don't know. Jeez, it just starts stomping in the direction of Era's cabin.
amazing. You two start making your way back towards the trailhead, towards Eris's cabin, making your way along the lake shore, and the camera lingers on the fire for a little bit, and we, the audience, see, and I, the herald, see, somebody step out from behind a tree. Somebody wearing a ratty zip-up hoodie with the hood up and wispy beard. But we don't see too much more of that. And one of their hands starts cracking knuckles on the finger using their thumb. And they start quietly following. Aphrodite cabin. Lysora, Theo, Zane, what are you partaking in?
We have decided to steal something.
Okay, I do see that there's some side chats happening over here. Go ahead and describe for myself and the audience what you've decided to steal from these innocent, sweet Aphrodite campers.
Thane, you okay? Okay. So as soon as we get in, so what should we take? What is one thing that the Aphrodite kids? I'm whispering. I'm gonna stop whispering. But I'm whispering, so we're stealthy.
Yeah.
What's the one thing Aphrodite's loves?
Love?
You're muted, Prince.
You're muted, Prince.
Looking at themselves. They love looking at themselves.
They love looking at themselves. So if we take every mirror,
That's a lot of mirrors.
You don't have to necessarily take all of them. The ones that we can't take, we'll just what's the right word for it? Defile.
I love the way you think.
I don't know about breaking them. That seems
That's gonna be loud.
yeah. But we could defile them. I'm sure there's plenty of paint, makeup, all that jazz to just
Let's do it. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Go on.
If you find any
Theo?
candy, take it.
Yeah. Oh, Theo's fully already started like putting
Okay.
compact mirrors in her pocket. Like you
grabbing
know,
compact mirrors.
like her impulse control is just this. So like she might not have said anything to agree, but the minute you said mirrors, I think she started.
So, something to describe that hasn't been accurately described yet is that a lot of these cabins have a TARDIS effect on them. They're bigger on the inside. Especially for cabins of gods with children that are quite numerous. This is not really the big three. Even though some things have changed since Percy Jackson's time, the big three still don't have a lot of kids. Hermes' cabin is not the catch-all anymore, but there's still quite a bit of kids there. There are a ton of kids in the Aphrodite cabin, and there are a ton of bunk beds. There are 3 wings to this cabin, and you each start making your way, and I want you all to roll me, and you can choose what skill you want to roll it with. Typically, I would say give a judgment check to see if you can find all the mirrors in this place. But, you know, if you also want to, if you're using, like, magic to help you, you can go ahead and roll weird, or you can go ahead and roll, you know, prowess or metal. But go ahead, each of you give me a roll here. And let me know what you're using.
So do we
Can
just
I
roll
use-
1 dice or
2d6.
2d6?
It's always going to be 2d6.
Can I use divine speed to clear it faster
Oh
and
my-
get an assist?
Oh my goodness, yes, you
In
can.
any
I
way?
gave you Fate's favor.
Oh, so I get another one. Okay.
Yeah, you also, you have Fortune's Favor again due to weird being utilized. And yeah, we'll say you get an extra +1 because of your divine speed.
+1? Okay.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
I rolled a 9.
A
10.
9. A 10?
I got a 6, a 1, +2 for prowess, +1, so 10. 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
9. Yeah.
Yep, 6, 1. Yep, that math checks out. You move like a SWAT team, systematically covering angles, watching each other's back, moving quietly, and you go through and you grab compact mirrors, those swivel mirrors, stand mirrors that are like they have the normal mirror side, but they also have the up close mirror side, so you can really make sure that your eyeliner's straight, or you can really see what your pores are doing on your face. You go through, and you're carrying quite a bit, and you 3 meet up in the central hub of this cabin. There's a middle area of this cabin that is away from the 3 wings of where everybody stays, and there are chaise lounges all over the place. You can tell that there's a sound system, there is a mini bar, there is a fountain in the very center that has what appears to be two lovers entwined in a very like Jane Austen style way, and they have like a sheet kind of wrapped in them, and their lips are just almost kissing, but not yet. And just past that, on a wall, there is a massive mirror. It is a very important mirror. It is a full-size mirror so that they can see their outfits and take pictures together and all this other nonsense. Now, you could all make your way out of here with a decent haul of mirrors. Or you could...
I am gonna fuck with that mirror.
Okay.
This is a big score. Like, if we're gonna go,
No,
we're gonna do it. We got to do it all the way.
Also, you said there was a mini bar. I'm taking all that with us as well.
I'm gonna let you make a decision here.
No.
There's
Okay.
a
I knew
this was
decent
coming.
there's a decent mirror haul between the three of you. You will have to leave yours behind, Lysora, if you want to grab what's in the mini bar.
Do I still get to fuck with a giant mirror?
I mean, yeah, of course you get that is
Okay.
that
Okay.
is
Fine.
you know.
Totally fine. I will take any of their snacks and booze with us because that was the original plan.
So what you see, okay, so I need you to give me a judgment roll, 2d6 plus judgment, because what you see in the mini bar is
Judgment.
sodas, and you see like seltzer water and like pure water, but you don't see any alcohol.
7.
A 7. You see a little slide, almost like a rotating wheel, and you start pushing it. You pull, you just start sliding this wheel, rotating it, and the minibar turns around. Inside the housing unit turns around, and on the other side you see shooters of vodka and tequila. You see champagne bottles. They're all very much like travel size. Now, since you rolled a 7, Lysora,
Fuck.
you can take the alcohol. The snacks will be that you can take the snacks and all the water and stuff like that, and nobody will be none the wiser because they just assume that everybody drank everything and ate the snacks. If you take the alcohol, you must leave something behind that shows that somebody took it.
Oh no, I have a plan for that. Then yes, I'm taking it because I already have a plan
Okay.
for the mirror.
Okay. Perfect. Got it.
I'm gonna leave a mark.
All right. Perfect. Go ahead. Yeah, you grab all of that alcohol. Shooter bottles, champagne bottles. There's even a bottle of a very expensive Dom Perignon. That's from 1918. It's a very good year. It's post World War One. It's a very good year.
Cool.
You know how many
cool,
people
cool.
died in 1918? So many.
Yeah, and we're
I
gonna
would say
drink
pretty
this at
much
the
all of them by
campfire.
now.
Okay.
I mean, like, no, not by now. I mean, by then they were just falling over like flies. It was like, you know, you see those fly traps
gonna
and
drink it.
people just buzz into it and it's psst, psst. That's how people were dying everywhere. Disease, famine, all that jazz.
Okay. We just
Oh.
I just need to do one more thing. One more thing and we can leave.
Okay.
One more? Okay. Cool. Cuz I think they're going to know somebody was here.
Yeah, we stole all their shit.
So, hold on. And Lasora's going to take paint. Did we find paint? We found makeup.
I have a thought that we write on the mirror in lipstick.
I was thinking
I'd
paint because it
imagine
was
in
stronger.
a place like this, they'd have face paint.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Costumed
There's
light
definitely
here,
there's
like-
definitely like grease
That
paint.
waterproof shit. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I am going to paint a symbol on the mirror,
Okay.
and it's an owl. And then when I'm done, I'm like, perfect! And take 2 steps back and nope out of the situation.
Are you okay? Are you just drawing an owl, or are you doing anything else to the mirror?
I am drawing the symbol of Athena, an owl,
Yeah.
on the mirror.
Yeah.
And then noping out of the situation completely.
Okay. Yeah. and you just see Lysora just do a really detailed owl that looks very close to the symbol of Athena, and then just step back, and you hear a pop. And Lysora is not there anymore.
I think it's time to go.
Yeah, let's go. And Theo will get outside.
Lysora, where are you going?
Back to the campfire, because I am assuming they are still there.
It's like, I don't think we got time for Aries after this.
Let's cut, as you are all getting out of the cabin, let's cut to Frog and Clyde. Frog and Clyde, you've been walking for a little bit. You hear crickets out. Gentle breeze. You see in the distance the cabin of Eris. Eris's cabin is on the outside. The best way to describe it is fractals. But there's no rhyme or reason to them. It's almost like multiple frescoes painted all together on these walls, but they've somehow made them disjointed, discordant even. And the pillars, instead of pillars, there are apple trees. You come to the cabin and you see there's a door. It is the door. You've been to Lysora's cabin many times. You just go in and open it, and all is well. Are you going to climb through a window, or are you going to go through the front door?
Hey, what's the plan here, Frog?
You know, I should have planned ahead. That should have been my thing. Yeah, door open. They're just gonna open the front door.
You both are walking in through the front door. I need you to both give me a weird check, please. 2d6 plus weird.
Oh, joy.
8.
Also an 8.
2 8s. You open the door, and you step through, and then you step out the front of the cabin. You turn back and look through the open door, and you can see the cabin before you. You see bunk beds. It is a mess in there. There are clothes all over the place. There are pillows. But you just stepped through the door to go into the cabin, and then you stepped out back into the cold night air. You turn around, you step back through, and then you step through the back door of this cabin. It's one of the cabins with the back door. Then you turn, and you can see through. You can see the open door all the way back through. And you step through again. And then you step through the front, into the front of the cabin. Cabin is yours. You can hear snoring. There are at least 3 to 4 kids that are snoring in here. You'd have to guess.
You know what? I have an even better idea. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, Frog, you know I do.
Fuck this. Let's... No. Turned around. I am not getting screwed over or losing a limb or
And you hear as Frog kind of gets a little bit more agitated and speaks a little bit louder and goes back to
Yeah,
Can I use Oracle to see if this is going to be as bad as Frog's worried about, or if maybe things will be all right and Frog can do their prank and still enjoy themselves?
Go ahead and give me that roll. 2d6 plus judgment, I believe, for Oracle.
5 plus 2, 7.
7.
7 and 9. They're muddy.
Yeah,
get one
the portents are muddy, but the general idea is clear. Take one forward on the next part of your plan. So as you kind of look through the side, you can see a fly strip hanging in a window, and you're kind of pulled out, and you look behind, and you see multiple ewes, ewe and frogs, going through, grabbing just random like Hot Wheels cars, things. There's even a version of y'all cleaning the cabin so that it's very clean and neat and tidy. And there's a lot of them of you finding Lysora's kind of general area, which is like the biggest like area because Lysora is the counselor of the cabin, and going through it. And there's multiple ones where you see these possibilities of you awakening different campers. There's one where you see Lysora herself walking in and catching you. Every possibility is there's potential here for anything to happen, but the clearest and nearest thing that you can see that all of these possibilities have in common, especially the ones where you get out of here without alerting anybody, is that you don't walk through the center of the cabin. You have to sneak over beds. You have to climb over beds because there are booby traps in the center of the cabin. There are tripwires, there are cans, there are like the pop things you throw on the ground that explode, the exploding poppers. They are laid out all over the place. Snaps, exactly. Booby traps galore in the center of this cabin. The mess is to cover that.
Wow. Frog. Wouldn't you know that probably the cabin full of the most pranksters are the ones most paranoid about getting pranked back? And they got all sorts of little doodads and traps and whatnot. Mostly sort of coalesce in the center of the cabin, though. I think if you do want to pull it off, I think it'll work out just fine. We just got to sort of stick close to the campers themselves. It seems like the most dangerous, but actually isn't.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot of work. Is it worth it? I already said not to. And I was like, yeah, it'll be fun to piss her off. And then at the same time, pissing her off will be a whole nother ordeal. And I really don't want to deal with that.
Hey, tell you what, I got a pretty good eye for these things. I can kind of sort of see the best path to take if you want to get to Lysora's area. I can sort of guide you through.
You would do that for me.
I mean, I'd do it for anyone. You're my friend, right?
Yeah. I don't want you getting smite, smitten, smote, and whatever. And I'm pretty sure they've done their thing. So it's up to you. I'm not going to force you.
Whatever make you happy, Frog. You know, I'm just here for the ride.
Don't what? No, that's stupid. Listen, you're goody two shoes anyway. Like Theo, we should just go.
I'm not so goody. I get up to riffraff here and there.
Yeah, you steal cool sticks.
I mean, each stick's got a story. It's gonna just pull out a stick. This one, and his eyes will sort of flutter a little bit. He sort of just reads the aura of the stick. Oh man, yeah, you should have seen. This one was part of this really cool dam for a long time. And he starts going this story. Probably hears a couple of people stirring. It's like, I'll tell you later. All right, I'll show you. Clyde can get up to no good. We're gonna look at whatever the nearest bed is, and assuming they have like their shoes underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to switch the shoes.
Ooh, that's dangerous work there, Clyde Goodberry. That's dangerous work. You go ahead and you see there is a 14-year-old has been at camp for a couple of years now, is a year-rounder, has a pair of very, very nice hiking boots next to a pair of very, very nice Jordan 1s. The Jordan 1s are just to be worn in the cabin for special events. The boots, though, are well worn, but they're very nice. But you, Clyde Goodberry, you know exactly what to do. You take one Jordan and you take one hiking boot and you swap them so that there is a hiking boot and a Jordan and a hiking boot and a Jordan.
As he does that, he'll sort of look at Frog and wink. But also, those hiking boots were a little smelly. He's going to take this little sprig of lavender he had and sort of tuck it in the laces.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
All right. What did the kids say? Mischief managed. Let's get out of here, Frog.
God. Yeah, let's go.
And you two turn and walk out. Are y'all going to Nodos's cabin, or are you just going to go ahead and say, let's head on back?
Wherever I'm feeling the others might be.
Way the
I can
wind's
oracle
going.
it, actually.
You could oracle it. Go ahead. And
Unless
oracle it.
I just have a feeling.
Just go ahead and give me a 2d6 judge. Actually, you know what?
I'll be honest with you. If you know Lysora and Zane, you know they're probably getting lit if there was like the first opportunity.
Yeah. You kind of stop for a little bit, and you kind of feel you're getting a stronger energy coming from the other cabins. But it's almost like the wind is carrying them back.
Yeah, let's see if we can intercept them. It's a good night for walking, too. Couldn't ask for a better one. How have you been, by the way, Frog? How was your time before camp, you know? I'm actually going to be year-rounder this year. Don't know what to expect. I know you... Have you done that before? I don't think you usually do. Right?
Never in my life, and I never will. Don't even ask me if I want to. No.
Oh, no, I wouldn't dream of asking you to stay year-round, too, with me and the others. That would be wild. Yeah, all right. I'm still make the best of it. What are you hoping to get up to this summer?
Hopefully as little as possible, but you can't have that here. So, just...
Yeah, you never know what little surprises might be waiting for you here.
I don't like surprises.
Oh, me neither. I mean, I like what you like. All right, let's go.
You start making your way back towards the other cabins. Zane and Theo, I'm assuming, are y'all making your way back, or are y'all going to try to hit up another cabin, try to get into more mischief?
Nah.
No, I think we're heading back.
We'll say roundabouts cabins 14, 15, 16. Round those parts, you kind of bump into each other. Right around Hypnos, which you can hear, there are just a chorus of snores coming from Hypnos's cabin. You all gather. Before we get into y'all talking and making your way back, let's cut to Lysora. Lysora, you pop back to the campfire. You're expecting to see, because, you know, you're expecting to see Frog and Clyde. They didn't join up with y'all at the other cabin, so you assume they stayed here or did something else. But you don't see them.
Seeing that there's still embers, she's gonna start poking the fire and make the fire again, and like start taking all the little booze out of the thing, and like setting up a little line.
Nice little, your
Going
own
through
little
her
natural
hall.
mini bar. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm setting up a little bar for when everyone gets back.
Grab some snacks, you grab some mixers and things of that nature. You just totally just raided the entire snack mini bar cabinet thing that Aphrodite's cabin had going on. And you hear a twig snap.
Oh, you're back!
And you don't see anybody.
Hmm.
And it came from the reeds that divide the forest and the shore. You almost see a rustling in the reeds.
Can I use what will be?
Go for it. Go for a use what will be. Go ahead and read that off for the class here.
What will be? Stun a small group as their lives flash before their eyes. Roll 2d6 judgment. On a 10 plus, the group is stunned for the scene, pondering their own mortality unless someone interferes with them. 7 to 9, they're stunned until interfered with, or a minute passes. Yeah, that's all that really applies for me here.
Are you using it on the other three?
No, I'm aiming it not towards our group, but just the area where I saw this twig snap.
So y'all were walking back. Y'all haven't gotten there just yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah. Good. Keep that in your back pocket, though. Keep that in your back pocket.
I'm gonna kind of get lower to the ground and try to see if I can see what it is.
All right. Go ahead and give me 2d6 plus prowess.
6.
Perfect.
I'm slowly just getting worse.
You hunker down. And you army crawl over towards the reeds, trying to peer through. And for a moment, you see two eyes staring back at you through the reeds. And then you hear your friends off in the distance walking back. And you kind of turn for a little bit. And then you look back at the reeds and the eyes are gone.
I'll stand back up and like wave at them. Just like pointing at the reeds.
Let's kind of rewind back a little bit. Is there anything that y'all want to talk about on y'all's walk back, or y'all just doing jovial teen talk? Which sounds like a youth group thing, but
JTT.
JTT, jovial teen talk. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, yeah.
Oh no.
I'm talking about Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah.
I ran into him in California over the summer or over the break.
Over the break. Talking
Yeah.
about meeting JTT
Yeah.
near Baja, California. You're walking back and you see Lysora stand up and like wave at y'all as you're walking back. You see the fire starting to go a little bit more. Lysora got started back up. And Frog and Clyde, there seems to be a veritable horde of alcohol and snacks awaiting you.
You goddamn monsters. Just
What?
despicable.
So you don't want any then?
I mean,
fuck yeah.
I can keep it to myself. I mean,
Oh, I'm
Oh,
pretty. Well, real quick, I'm pretty sure I like just saw something over it in the reeds.
Like Hermes camper or something, or like monster something.
Could I DM?
There's a difference.
Mhm.
No, is
Yeah.
it monster like eyes or people like eyes?
They seemed like orbs was the best way, with black dots in the center. They seemed like glowing orbs with black dots in the center. So I guess the closest would be monster eyes.
Not human-esque.
It might just be a critter, something shy. I'll go say hi. But just in case, if we're back at the camp, he'll grab his bow, a couple arrows, and start lazily walking that way. Hey, buddy.
Just leave shit alone.
Theo will grab 2 shooters and she'll carry hand one, or no, she'll hold it because you've got your bow, but she'll walk with Clyde to check it out.
Shooters. You got guns?
No, like alcohol.
How many shooters?
Oh, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
mini
Theo
shooters.
just.
She's
Yeah.
packing.
Fucking pull out 2 guns.
fuck.
Yeah. You make your
No.
way towards the reeds. Are you walking into the reeds like quietly? Like
Yeah, we'll be gentle about it. But,
they come up to about chest height on you, Clyde.
Okay.
And you have your bow out. I'm assuming you have an arrow knocked, or you just have one ready to be knocked.
Yeah, I'll have one knocked just in case. There are monsters about sometimes, but usually these are false alarms.
You know. You start stepping through the reeds. And you see something. A shape. Seems to be hunkered over, almost like it's on all fours.
Everything all right?
Do you step closer?
Yeah.
No reply. You get closer. Till finally your eyes adjust. And you have your bow up. And Theo, you're kind of like behind with the 2 shooters. and then a cloud kind of moves out of the way of the moon, and the moon's really bright tonight, and all of a sudden it is just displayed for you in all of its glory. Seems like somebody had taken one of the monster kind of, those deer standees that you can practice shooting arrows into? Somebody from Cabin of Festus had made monster standees. They had made like the same thing with like foam kind of centers that you can shoot things to working practice. It seems like somebody had brought one of these out for maybe a prank or something and just kind of left it and forgot it there. But that's just it. It's just kind of sitting there, and it's got like things like it has a dick butt drawn into the side of it. It's got, Nick was here scrawled on the side, different things like that. Doyle eats butt is on there as well. Different things like graffitied into it. It seems like it's been out here for a little bit.
It's Hermes camper stuff.
Oh. Okay. Weird.
Oh, that's boring. I was waiting for something exciting. Like, I was hoping y'all found a body, because then at least I could talk to it.
You can talk to us.
Yeah, but like, dead people are so much cooler sometimes. Like, not all the time, just sometimes.
No. Oh, all right. Shit.
'Cause
Oh, we're
they have
not
such-
cool. And
No.
she pops the bottle of the Dom Perignon.
Just sometimes, like, because they have dead people stories. Like,
can't
y'all
believe
can't tell
we're
me how
so
you died.
boring. Like, can you believe we're boring?
We're the
You know what?
worst. And she
Drink
takes a drink
this
and hands the
shut up.
bottle to Frog.
Yeah, they take a good swig.
I can't believe. Wow.
We're the worst.
We're so lame.
And you all start to get into drinking, reveling, merriment.
Clyde will hang back for just a second as he talks about how fun dead people are. And if there's some mean things written on this, like that stuff about Doyle, that's not fair to Doyle. He'll just sort of he'll pick up
Doyle
a stick
really
and
likes
sort of
butt.
carve out some of that stuff.
Doyle rules.
You're able to make Doyle Doyle eats butt to Doyle looks buff, and some some of the other meaner stuff like that. Dick butt.
Dick butt's fine.
It's fine. It's harmless. It's cute almost in a way, in his own way. But you take some time to kind of really like clean up, and it's kind of almost becomes like a monster of positivity for a moment. It's pretty nice.
Best kind.
Theo will wait for him and then hand him the other shooter after he puts his arrows away, and kind of cheers him.
Hey, easy breezy, beautiful, hey, and we'll take the drink.
Amazing. With the cheersing, do you all revel and merry?
Oh yeah, I gotta get my
yeah.
thread for throwing a party.
Perfect. And you all throw a party. There's even a Bluetooth speaker I'm sure somebody brought where music is being played. Probably with each of you and your eclectic taste, it's a very weird playlist that's played. That's just a mix of a lot of different things. Are you all camping under the stars tonight, or are you all going to go back to your cabins once you get done with your reveling?
Go back.
Yeah, going back.
Oh, Clyde will stay out.
Yeah, Theo's under the stars, kind of.
Yeah, I think Zane would stay out too, because Zane doesn't particularly like his cabin or the people in it, and it's usually pretty empty.
Yeah. Zane, you are in one of those cabins. So Hades' cabin is lucky number 13. Unlucky to some. Hades' cabin looks like a mausoleum. It is stone, cruel and cold, with pillars out front that have burning censers. And there is a giant skull adorning the top of the door with laurels around it. And at the very top, there is I guess you could say a a statue dedicated to death itself, where it is just a skeleton adorned in a black robe, very regal, with a helmet made of obsidian. The walls itself are obsidian. Inside the cabin, the beds are shaped like coffins with mahogany frames. There are brass railings and blood-red velvet pillows and sheets. At the very end of it, instead of a mirror like Aphrodite, or maybe like a hot tub where Poseidon's cabin had just somehow gotten, I think the Hermes kids helped get the Poseidon cabin a hot tub at some point. There's a small shrine with bones and jewels laden with runes. It is not a very cozy place, and it is you and 4 other campers. And they are, much like you, not a very lively group. Or opposite to you, not a very lively group. One wears trip pants. There's a lot of Depeche Mode and Bauhaus and Typo Negative played inside that place. It's very odd. It's a very odd place to be. Not as lively as it is with your friends here.
Yeah, this is the most lively you see Zane with people that he likes. But when he's around his cabin and his fellow children of Hades, he turns a little different. It's definitely a bit more dour and more like dark.
So the 3 of you staying out here, Lysora and Frog, gonna make their way back at some point. Do y'all walk back together, or do you walk back separately? Just like somebody leaving a party. Do you Irish goodbye, or do you make sure that everybody knows that you're leaving?
I think Lysora always makes sure people know she's leaving.
I think Frog is actually going to give into peer pressure since Zane is staying and Clyde, I guess, is staying. They're going to try to rough it outside.
Perfect. Lysora?
I'm still leaving. I'm not sleeping outside.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm fancy.
Yeah. You make your way back.
I actually, Lysora...
Are you just gonna pop? Or are you just gonna do your...
Because she's been drinking and thinks it's funny, she is randomly to turn into a raccoon at some point and start walking around, holding little tiny bottles in her raccoon paws, like... And then, like, fat raccoon shimmy away with 2 little bottles.
And that's how you
see. She thinks it's hilarious.
Lysora go off into the distance. A trash
background
panda.
from when raccoons get ran over, they get turned into jerky.
Really? That's so interesting. That's so cool.
Yeah, Clyde would
it's horrible.
genuinely be cracking up when Lysora does this, and then just kind of just slowly wind down as Zane gives us his.
It's actually not that bad, especially with a little bit of barbecue.
A little bit of barbecue. That's all it takes. Lysora, you...
I can make you some, Frog, if you want some. I mean, not with Lysora, obviously.
No Lysora jerky.
Frog, you not heading back anymore? You're staying out here with us?
I can change my mind.
Yeah, maybe. I think just try things once, I guess.
Yeah, sure. It's not so bad. Have you ever slept under the stars before?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I have with our fun summer camp memories, but
Yeah.
I guess not out here.
I kind of like to look at them. Like I said before, I mean, really, stars are just suns, but I like to think they're kind of shy and they're just kind of peeking out at us, not quite ready to come all the way down to us, but still saying hello. Still up there hanging out. Sometimes it's nice to say hello back to them.
God.
It might get a little cold out here.
You're just
So I'm gonna call a friend, and I'm like, Morty, come on. And my steed shows up, and if you've seen my steed before, this probably won't bother you as much. But if you haven't, it is a little disturbing. This horse does not have skin. There's just bones and interior parts, and it looks like it's been through a fire where most of the skin came off of it. It is definitely dead, but like it looks like alive. And Zane, it's like, Morty, come here. I need you to keep us warm.
See, when I was thinking keeping warm, this is not what I was thinking. God damn it. Fuck.
This steed clops up very solemn and quietly and just settles
No
down.
mouth, just teeth.
Just teeth.
Eye sockets empty.
Mhm. And like nuzzles the side
That's a
of Frog.
good boy.
Nuzzles the side of Zane.
He's gentle, I
Wanders
promise.
Yeah, I don't do well with creepypastas. That thing is a walking trigger warning. I swear.
Frog. It has mostly an ear. Can hear you. Don't be rude.
I'm sorry. Not really.
Zane, I do gotta say though, it doesn't look like you've been taking. He seems worse every time I see him.
I blame it on my dad. I can't keep him in the stable with the other horses. They don't really take too kindly to him, and so I gotta bring him up from the depths of hell every time. So
Well, at least he's getting his exercise, and Clyde will sort of reach out to Pat. He's visibly also creeped out, but he feels bad for the horse more than anything, and really tries to show it that it's not some freak, even though it's just something, something very disturbing about it. Clyde tries his best to act normal, like it's just another horse, but there's a clear struggle going on.
sits down, and Zane just leans back on it. It's like, this is a life.
That's even weird. Horses don't sit like okay.
Like a macabre cowboy. Zane leans back and rests, and each of you are kind of settling in and talking and winding down as the fires are dying down, the embers are dying down. The stars are circling around you in their majestic splendor. This is a nice night. Last night before things get hectic and you go back to counselor duties. For real, counselor duties. Lysora, you're shimmying your way back with your 2 bottles, your treasure trove as a raccoon. And Eris's cabin, where it's at, it's nearby another cabin. Though this cabin has a little bit of privacy to it. It's located up on a hill, more so. Not too big of a hill, but it's a hill all the same. And it is the best way to describe it is a house of sorts. It's called the Big House. It is a large ranch-style home with a wraparound porch. You can see that there is it's sky blue. It's the administrative building for the whole camp. It is where Mr. D and Carrion meet with the camp members when they have to. It's where the infirmary is. There's 4 floors to it. The attic is where the Oracle used to live. Used to, being said. And typically at this time of night, It's closed. There's no lights on. But for a moment, tonight, you see the window to Chirion's office is lit up. And you can see a couple of shadows talking to each other. Now you can just go to your cabin, or you're more welcome to investigate if you want to.
I'm gonna stay in raccoon form and like sneak over and sit under the window as a raccoon.
Investigate, I mean Snoop.
Snoop, snoop, snoop.
I'm a raccoon. I'm not suspicious.
Exactly. Even though you're carrying 2 shooter bottles of alcohol.
I screw the top of one of them and drink it real quick and leave the other one in the ground. And
Do you get drunk faster in raccoon form?
I don't know. I'm already drunk. I'm a drunk raccoon.
You hear 2 voices. One is clearly Chirion's. I understand tomorrow is a big day. It's going to be a big day for a lot of them. A lot of first-timers are coming in, from what we've been told. Reports from out and about. Yes, yeah. There's gonna be a lot of them, and there's gonna be new ones, but it's nothing that hasn't been taken care of before. It's same old type of stuff. Look, Carrion, you worry too much. Dionysus, I think I worry just enough. I think I worry enough for the both of us. Look, okay, I've been here for a long time, alright? Let me tell you, I've been here for just as long, if not longer, than you have. There's something different about this batch. What? What could possibly be more distinct and more different than what we have dealt with in the past, alright? Things have been normal. They've been normal for the past 10 years. 15 years. The last thing that happened was, well, when the Golden Fleece got fleeced. But I got refleeced back. The old kids made sure it was taken care of. Yes. We just need to make sure that they're ready. There's somebody in particular that's going to be important. Somebody that's different from the rest. I've had my eye on him for a long time, and he's going to keep our hands full. He's going to keep our hands full. He'll keep your hands full. He'll keep everybody's hands full. There's nothing... Not one of these kids don't keep anybody's hands full, all right? They're capable of shooting water out of their nostrils, or making you do what they want just by singing you a song, or making you fall in love with their antics. Heck, the Hellstrom kid just lights things on fire randomly, all right? We live in the woods, all right? And we have a firebug under our roof. He'll be fine, whoever he is. I just feel unsettled. I feel unsettled every time we have new blood coming in the camp as well, okay? But we have a lot of returning faces, smiling faces. You love their smiling faces, Chiron. Just think of their smiling faces, okay? Just think of them, so you deal with them, please. And I'll be here, sitting on the porch, enjoying a nice, refreshing Diet Coke with lime, thinking it was something else. Now it's late. Do you need anything else from me? No, I don't need anything else from you. I'm just concerned. Okay, well, just go be concerned somewhere else. I have to get back. I'm losing. I can feel the minutes and hours being pulled from me as I'm not sleeping right now. I need an Alka-Seltzer. Must be all that Diet Coke you're drinking. Get off of my back. Have a good night, Chiron. Have a good night, Dionysus. And you hear a clip clopping towards the window. And the window's open. And you just hear a sigh. Is anybody out there? and you stop Lysora for a little bit. I could have sworn I thought And you hear a clip clopping away and the clicking of a light switch turning off.
But the window stayed open?
The window stayed open.
Fucking damn it, Bryce. Little paw.
Are you leaving behind your 2-bottle hoard?
I left that farther down.
Farther down away?
Walkway,
Okay, perfect.
so they wouldn't see a raccoon with booze.
Go ahead and give me a 2d6 plus prowess roll as you shimmy up as a raccoon up to the window.
Is this performing under pressure? Use weird instead.
Yes, go ahead and use weird. I will say it is performing under pressure.
Stop it. 10.
You shimmy up, no problem at all, and you climb into the window to look up. And you see Chiron's office laid before you. It is a desk, rich mahogany, large shelves filled with books. You see a record player and a full-screen video off to the side. He also has a computer and a boombox. There is no chair for him. You see a series of records that are sitting. You see a nice, very comfortable rug, and in one corner you see a wheelchair just sitting. It's dark inside. And you can hear movement from beyond a door that you assume leads to his apartment where he stays, where nobody has been. People have been to this office before, but nobody's been to his apartment. That would be unseemly.
Cool. So what I'm gonna try to do is look on the desk,
Okay.
see if there's any like student records.
Student records would be generous to call it. There are a list of names that are assigned by cabin and by cabin. Just an incoming. And you can see this is a fresh list for the current year. You see some repeat names. There are some that you've seen before that you know that are counselors of other cabins. Names like Antony Naftalkos from Poseidon Cabin. Anthony, yeah, he's nice enough, but I can see why you wouldn't like him. You see there are returning twins, Tabitha and Tia Simon. Both are counselors of 2 different houses. They are twins. They have the same father, but they have 2 different mothers.
Wait, which one was the god?
Demeter.
Father or the mothers?
Oh, the father is the mortal. The mothers
Okay.
are the
The
deities, the goddesses. You have Demeter for Tabitha, and then Tia is in House Artemis. Other names like that, Luca, Bowie. You see there's Remy Sutherland Buffet, who is in House Hermes. They're going to be new. You see there is a new camper named Zara Zuckerman. 12 years old. Sure will be great for Frog to deal with those double Z names.
Is there any of the names that like are circled or starred or highlighted? Anything with any extra notation?
There are 2 names that are circled.
What are they?
You see for Cabin Apollo, circled, Tanner Chitwit, 16.
Wait, Tanner?
Tanner Chitwit, age 16.
Okay.
And there's just a note that says special ?
Okay.
And then you
We're all
see another one circled.
Okay.
Wilson Gutierrez, 12 years old. Cabin Notos. There's a longer note. Parents recently deceased. Handle with care.
These are both new.
Both new kids. Yep.
Okay.
Anything else you're gonna look into while you're in your raccoon form?
Oh God.
Did the raccoon hand dance?
With my little trash paws.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not really gonna mess with Carrion. I know better.
He always has a way of finding out.
Yeah. I just want to see if those two names. I am just gonna run away.
Okay. You're gonna shimmy on out of here. You grab your 2 little alcohol shooter bottles and you make your way back to your cabin.
Actually, wait. Sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
Rachel, who's your godparent?
Notos?
Wait, and Bully, yours was Apollo? Fuck. Lysara would know this.
Mm-hmm.
And probably pop back. Nope, back to the camp with everyone.
We'll say y'all are about to wind down and you'll hear that popping noise.
I shoot.
Theo,
Do it! Shoot it! Oh.
Theo keeps letting a breeze hit the fire so it picks back up again when people start to wind down because she's not ready to go to bed yet.
Nice. You see a pop up. You see a raccoon pop up. Big white eyes. Does the hand dance, the paw dance.
Oh, she's back.
Oh.
Hey!
And then
it's a
realize I'm a
furry.
raccoon and turn back into a human.
Oh, I love charades. Oh,
Use your words. Use your words.
So, okay. I don't know why I keep trying to whisper. I'm sorry.
why are you whispering? It's just us.
So, Theo, Clyde,
Yeah.
getting a new person. And I think there's something up. Chiron and Mr. D were just talking about these people. Tanner Chicklet, I think is his name, is coming into Apollo House. It had a note that he was special, ? And then a Wilson Gutierrez for Notos. It said his parents were recently deceased, so to handle with care.
Oh.
But they both, I don't know, they were talking about somebody and being like really worried about a new student.
Yeah, you've come a long way. I'm surprised they shared all that with you.
Yes, I mean, when you are here as long as we are,
Yeah, I'm glad they're finally seeing your potential.
In your name.
Wait a
You're
minute.
not good at it.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I learned this information from Mr. D and Chiron, and then read the paper with all the new students. So obviously, I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I believe you read it, but I don't think you
Why do
were
we-
like conversational.
Why? Just. Did you finish the Dom yet?
Yeah, of course. There was a good year for death and destruction and doom.
Yeah, what happened that year? And then as he goes off to talk about death, I'm like, so,
And he goes on.
I just thought you two should know since they're going to be in your houses and they might be special or something. Or somebody they're worried about. I don't know.
I treat all the campers like they're special, so but thanks for the heads up.
Is this really still happening? Like you're still all going to sleep out here?
Yeah.
Care
You
to
should
join
stay
us?
with us.
Yeah, might as well. You don't have to walk.
Sure. And she's going to take 2 steps back and bamf home.
Bamf home. Do you bamf into your cabin?
Yeah, I just bamf right next to my bed.
Right next to your bed. Perfect. And you hear the snores. And everything seems just right in Eris' cabin.
You should wait till keep your ears peeled, everyone. Lysora's gonna be in for quite a doozy when she finds out the prank we pulled in there. She's gonna be hollering any moment.
Absolutely diabolical, the most menacing, devious look I've ever seen.
Almost 50 million people died from the flu pandemic in 1918.
And with,
Out.
Hey, Clyde.
Yeah, Theo?
This might be a stupid question, but I don't think I know how to handle with care. What is that?
Handle what with care?
Lysora said parents recently deceased. Handle with care on the note.
Oh, you're wondering how to deal with
I
a
don't-
counselor who's recently dealt with a tragedy.
Um,
There's no
you're
right
better at-
answer to that, unfortunately. Everyone has their own sort of journey, path they have to take.
Sorry about your
what's-
mom. She was fun.
What?
She had very good conversation on the way out.
Yeah, he's rambling on again. Yeah, it's all right, buddy. He's just gonna sort of pat him, gonna put a marshmallow in his mouth. There you go.
No.
Mm.
Excuse
But
me.
yeah, you'll sort of just want to get to know him and see sort of what stage they're on, what journey they're going on, and most importantly, just be there to support them. That's about it. And really, Theo, as long as there's care in your heart, everything you do will be handling with care, and that's what's important. The more your intention, and sometimes if your actions reflect poorly, you can cross those bridges as we come to them. I wouldn't worry about it. We'll do just fine.
People died on bridges when earthquakes happened.
Oh,
Hey,
chewed that
hey.
quick, and he's gonna put another marshmallow in his mouth.
No, they.
All right.
You were saying something. I think you said something that was pretty relevant.
Yeah, marshmallows are really tasty.
Yeah, no.
It's about time. It's getting late. He's had plenty to drink, and it actually is a bit cooler out here than I remembered. We should probably head to the cabins. Also, we don't want to be caught with all this
Oh,
stuff. It'll
Marty.
be
What
obvious.
the
Tyrant
fuck?
comes
You're
around.
ruined, Marty. You're a good horse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
you
good
can-
one.
and I'm gonna pull my
I'm gonna
Herald
help,
move. That with that, Zane falls fast asleep on Morty, and soon
I'm gonna
Carrion.
get him into his cabin. I'm gonna sort of help him lead Morty along and get Zane back to the Hades cabin.
and you see Clyde gathering up Morty gathering up Zane. Clyde gathering up his things. Is anybody grabbing the bottles? Are you gonna grab the bottles, Clyde, or are you gonna leave them out here for Theo?
Not now. He'll come back for him if he'll check to make sure they didn't leave a mess later. But
Yeah.
for now, he's getting out of there and taking Zane.
Frog will take the bottles. They have a bottomless bag.
Nice. Immediately, Frog just gathering up the bottles. You see Clyde and Zane going off towards the cabins. Theo, you staying out here? Frog, are you staying out here?
I mean, with
Theo's
Same.
gonna stay out here.
yeah, their topic of point of interest is gone, so they're gonna go back to their cabin.
Do you want a lift?
No.
Right. Sorry. Right.
And
Do want to try to wake Zane up before I tuck him in, though.
perfect. Frog, you make your way back. Clyde, you take Zane into Hades' cabin. It's very dank and cold and dusty.
I
in
just
the
smell like
cabin.
farts.
As you slowly wake up Zane and put him in his coffin-shaped bed. He's got a bigger coffin-shaped bed. He's a counselor, so he's allowed a little bit more amenities. He's even got himself a nice little like side table for his things. He's not resorted to just a trunk and everything. He's got himself a nice side table. He's got himself his little digs. He's got posters in his little corner of the cabin and everything, how it's dressed up. But yeah, you kind of wake him up, and he's like, "Why does it smell like farts?"
I assume. I mean, that's a good sign because it's like weirdly still in here. I thought all the campers were dead, but I guess they're breathing. I don't know. You sleep in here? Anyway, I just hope you had a good night.
You're a good chap. Thank you.
I try. I do try. It would mean the world to me, Zane, if you wouldn't bring up anything about sort of any death-related thing you might think you saw involving me or my family. That's just a matter I'm not quite ready to get to yet, and we've got a lot on our plate.
You have a very nice mom. She's a good lady. You it'll be okay. Night.
And he slowly falls back to sleep.
Yeah, Clyde will stand there for a moment and then make his way out.
Walk out. It's a short walk to Apollo's cabin. Apollo's cabin is... It looks like an ordinary cabin, but if the sun was out, it looks like if it's made of solid gold. On the inside, there are white plaster walls that are bare except for hooks for coats and weapons. It smells like dried sage and clean linen. There are bunk beds on other sides, and there's a cot in the middle of the cabin that for the injured. There are windowsills filled with yellow, cheerful blooms of the island of Delos. There are adornments of sun-shaped arrangements. And in the back, there is a spot for Clyde with his knickknacks and his rocks and his sticks. Clyde gets ready to go to bed. Frog makes their way to the Festus Cabin. Festus Cabin is made of brick and has a smokestack sticking out of it like a tiny factory or oversized motorhome. The entrance is a vault door, circular, made of thick metal that opens with lots of gears turning and smoke hisses from out of it. It has shiny metal walls and metal slatted doors. It's very unclean and messy. It's filled with junk and machines of those that made things here and just kind of left them. Projects in various different prototype stages. The steel bunks are folded against the wall except for when people are out and sleeping in them, and there are about 3 campers that are sleeping here now. There's a digital control panel with blinking LED lights, glowing gems, and interlocking gears. There's a fire pole that leads from the second floor down to the first floor. The second floor is where a lot of the factory machines are, the workshop is. Frog, your little corner of paradise, your little area where you have it to yourself, is there and waiting for you. Which leaves us Theo, out underneath the stars. The summer wind breezing gently over the flames. Theo trying to keep them going, but slowly falling asleep. The camera pans out. And we see that same raggedy, zip-up hooded sweatshirt wearing person with the netted beard. This time has a stick of some sort, a walking stick it would seem. And he's walked his way around the shore to the other side of the lake, where there's a very small but a very important area to the camp. This is Zeus's fist. Zeus's fist is a circular cluster of rocks that looks like a fist. It's a very important place, as we see this man with a knotted beard tap his cane against it. And a long time, it hasn't been opened or utilized. The place that it led to was destroyed. But for the first time in a long time, a door opens, and we see the man walk through. And we're going to go to break real quick. It's going to be a 5-minute break, and we'll be back for our first day of actual camp. Thank you all. We'll see you soon.
You can feel it in the streets on a day like this. That heat, it feels like summer. I feel like summer. Yeah, this feels like summer. Yeah. You can feel it in the streets on a day like this. That heat, it feels like summer. She feels like summer. Yeah. This feels like summer. 7 billion souls that move around the sun, rolling fast, faster, not a chance to slow down. Slow down. Oh, baby. Man who made machines that want what they decide. Parents trying to tell the children, please slow down. Slow down.
It feel like the heat index just keep rising. Mother Nature's middle finger is itching. They not gonna be satisfied until the seasons don't feel no different. Perpetual summer, cyclical cynics, starting a fire and the other one ain't even finished. The smoke too thick, we can't see the mirrors. And bullets ain't got no name, but them guns do. And the kindergartners know the names too. From those unnatural disasters that they gotta practice in school. They got babies carrying baby 22s just in case they gotta do what they gotta do to protect the lunchroom. It's heating up. Humans growing faster than the food do. The rent doubled up before we can even make do. God's green earth, all blue. If you lead with your tongue, they'll cut your head off too. They'll turn a blind eye to a bleeding heart. I mean, where do we start when propaganda and pessimism get pushed more than progress? But giving up is for suckers. Keep your love on top before we all go under. Say, keep your love on top before we all go under. And let's make it one hell of a summer.
Summer. I feel like summer. This feels like summer, summer, summer. You can feel it in the streets On a day like this, that heat feels like summer. This feels like summer. She feels like summer.
And we are back, everybody. I hope you had a fantastic break. Where we left off, all of our camp counselors here got into a bit of some hijinks the night before Monday. And those that have been to camp, particularly Camp Halfblood, but also summer camp, know on Monday is typically the day when everything comes to a head. It is the first day of the week. And due to that, we have the first day of our schedule. Bright and early, 6 a.m., you hear a cockerel call, a cuck-a-doodle-doo, and some horns going off bright and early, letting everybody know that it is the crack of dawn. Time for a new summer here at Camp Halfblood. Each of you wake up. Some may be a little bit more hungover than the others, especially with drinking a whole bottle of wine between all of you. You are, even though you're 17, you're still 17-year-olds. You know, a little bit goes a long way. The camp is abuzz. A lot of the other campers have already woken up. Zane, one of your fellow campers, the ones that you're supposed to watch over, 13-year-old girl. Her name is Lynn. She stands over your coffin bed. Zane.
What?
Zane.
What?
Are you alive or are you dead?
I think I'm somewhere in between right now.
You have like revenant-like qualities. Your skin is pallid, clammy. You have deep, heavy bags under your eyes, and you smell awful.
Could you give me some coffee and stop telling me about this?
I'm not allowed to touch coffee. Mr. D says it's bad for me at my young age. Might stunt
Mr.
my
D
growth.
is... Shouldn't say that out loud.
Dick?
No. But yes, that's accurate.
All right.
What do you need? Why are you over my coffin?
I was just making sure whether you were alive or dead. If you were dead, I was going to call dibs on doing first with the autopsy, but seeing as how that's not the case.
I appreciate your gumption, but it's a little bit early for my demise.
She has a disappointed look on her face as she turns around and goes, "Oh well," and walks off. We cut to Nodo's cabin. Nodo's cabin, which is also known as cabin number... Let me go ahead and get the proper number here. It is cabin number 21. It sits near where the creek and the river or the lake intersect. It's an open air cabin. Mosquito netting around it. Fresh linen curtains hang all around it, white, draped, catching in the breeze. There are no bunks. There are just hammocks. Though all the hammocks are put up except for just one. There's one that you can see that's right near the water's edge. There's a trunk beneath it. And we see Theo. Theo's probably waking up, feeling lively, feeling good, feeling great. Chipper.
Yeah, Theo travels so much that her body is not really on any specific time zone, and she sort of goes from naps and 4 to 5 hours at night, and then weird sporadic sleeping throughout the day and on airplanes and stuff.
You're getting ready. You're doing your morning routine, and you can see off in the distance, you see a four-legged creature, a centaur, wearing a tweed jacket with pads on the elbows, brown hair parted in the middle, swept to the side, with a beard, nice, very well-kept beard, and a yellow shirt buttoned down, walking, talking with what seems to be a very small boy.
Theo would start putting up one of the other hammocks, or like putting it out.
Theodora.
Morning.
Good morning. You're awake early. Should have expected it. And you see this small boy has a dark complexion, olive skin, a buzz cut that goes into a fade, and he's wearing a t-shirt that seems to have a popular Cartoon Network show on the front of it, with some khaki shorts, and he's got a backpack on. And you notice that Carrion has on his back, draped over, a duffel bag. He goes, I'm glad you're awake. We have one of our new arrivals. First one here, actually, was brought very quickly. This is Wilson. Wilson, would you like to say hello to Theo? And Wilson just kind of looks at you, like, looks up. He was looking down, and he looks up. And just gives it, like, he just gives a slight smile. And he
Hi, I'm
looks,
Theo.
and he was looking up at Carrion, and then when you say hi, I'm Theo, his eyes kind of dart back to you, and he goes, just waves. And he,
I can take the duffel bag, Kyron.
Carrion goes, of course, reaches back and hands it over to you. And Wilson has almost like a shocked look on his face as he's looking at the duffel bag. And then he stops himself.
Is it okay if I take your duffel bag?
Shakes his head.
Okay. I'm putting up a hammock. I like to sleep by the water, but you can pick. It's just us in here, so wherever you want to sit. I started putting it over by mine, because I've never had a sibling before, so I thought it'd be cool if ours were like by each other's, and then we could talk. But whatever. But she starts to set it down by that anyway. Like she moves to go put it there.
He tugs on the jacket sleeve of Carrion and looks up at him. Carrion looks down, and then Carrion leans down, and Wilson whispers in his ear, and he goes, it's for the best. And no, we wouldn't want you to be with any of the other kids. They are, Theodora's a nice, very nice girl. And she'll make sure that you're properly taken care of. And you have any choice of these hammocks that you want to. And Wilson, the first time that he ever speaks, he just kind of, I guess over by you is fine.
Okay. And we can like move anything around. Like I said, it's just us, so we can just like move whatever. It's pretty breezy over here.
And his eyes get kind of wide. And he goes, there's nobody else?
No, it's just been me for a while. There's other people at camp, just like in the cabin.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess this is fine. And he looks up at Kyron. Kyron goes, very well. I'll let you two get acclimated, and we'll have you taken care of. Breakfast is in an hour, and then we have lineup after that. 9 a.m. is very important. That's when ancient Greek is, and then we have music right after that, and then canoeing. It'll be lunchtime, and we'll gather up around lunchtime and have a full conversation in the amphitheater. We'll have a full spread. I'll see you two then.
Yeah.
Very good. I'll leave you to it. And he turns and he looks at Wilson and he goes, bye, Wilson. I hope you make friends. And he turns and he walks out, leaving you with Wilson.
So, do you need any help unpacking, or I usually just live out of this trunk, and she kind of like kicks her trunk. I move around a lot, so all my stuff just kind of hangs out in there.
You move around a lot?
Yeah, my mom, she's a photographer, so we do travel. She does travel photography, so we go like all around the world to different places. I actually have, and she pulls out, she has like a little bag in her trunk of like souvenirs, like cheap, like keychains and like little bracelets that she picks up all year round that she brings back to like give to people.
Yeah.
On the first day of camp. It's just like that, and like some cool pictures she's taken on like a Polaroid that's printed out in the bag. If you want to look, you can kind of take whatever. It's like keychains from different. We went to a lot of islands and spent some time in California this year. To Barbados. So
he says Barbados. Go ahead and roll me a sway something roll. 2d6 plus awe.
Okay. That's a 7.
7. He at first looks very apprehensive, but when you say like California and Barbados, and he says Barbados. Haven't heard that
Yeah,
one
you know
before.
Rihanna? She's from Barbados.
Oh,
I didn't like
yeah.
see her while I was there or anything, but like it's just kind of cool.
She's neat. I like her.
Yeah, me too. She's so pretty.
I guess we can start putting stuff in the trunk, and then we can take a look at the keychains.
Okay.
That'd be nice. And he opens up a little bit, but he's still kind of closed off. When you're unpacking his stuff in the trunk and everything, you notice when he's pulling stuff out of his duffel bag, there's a leather-bound. It looks almost like a small kind of scrapbook type. You can tell just by looking at the side of it. There's thick cardstock that keeps, and like plastic wrapping around the different pages that keeps pictures protected. And he kind of squeezes it when he pulls it out, but then he puts it under some clothes in the corner of his trunk. And then he sets a pillow in the hammock, and then he turns and starts looking at the keychains. Let's make our way over to Cabin Hephaestus. Frog, you are awoken at 6 a.m. to a mess of alarm clocks, all doing a different function, all sounding differently. And it's pretty normal, it's standard for Cabin Hephaestus to awaken this way. And it's rough and it sucks. And you're awakened to that. You brush your teeth, you go through your morning routine. You get your outfit all picked out, and you hear a whistle blowing from the front door. You know that is the doorbell. It is a steam whistle on the inside.
Just stomping over to open the vault door.
The doors open, the gears turn, and you see there are a group of kids, and they're all kind of talking excitedly, and you see this short man wearing sandals, brown pants, a nice blue tie-dye shirt, and a yellow like leopard print Hawaiian shirt with black hair that could almost be purple, curly hair, and a nice pointed goatee and a mustache, and he looks fed up. And he goes, nope. Nope, right?
Yeah.
What? What?
You got some new kids here. There's like a, it's not like a brood or anything, but you have some returning ones as well, and you see some of the kids have like brush past you and go, hi, Frog, Hi, Frog. Hi, Frog.
Hey, welcome to camp.
And he goes, there's new ones. You know what to do. Just say hello to them. Do you need anything else like that?
Nope.
Anything? Okay, great. And you
Nope.
see him like grab from like the it's like they're like hiking cargo pants. He grabs a can from one of the pockets, cracks it open, Diet Coke with lime, and he goes, "All right, have at it. See you later, lizard." Turns, walks away. And behind him, as he walks away, you see a small girl with braids in her hair, like twists and braids that are put into like pigtails, and she's wearing overalls and a polo shirt underneath the overalls, and she's got a backpack on, like a hiking backpack that looks almost too big for her, and she's got a tool bag, and she smiles, and you see the most god-awful pair of braces ever in your life. They look handmade. They look like handmade. And she goes, "Hi there, my name's Zara Zuckerman, and it's a pleasure to meet you."
Holy shit.
She sticks her hand out. She drops the tool bag and sticks her hand out.
Frog picks up the tool bag or belt and just like grabs her by the arm, not her hand, just pulls her in.
And she goes, "Wow, your hands are really rough." "Oh, okay. You don't have to drag me. I have two perfectly good working legs." Did he say that your name was Newt?
Frog.
Frog. Oh, that's a different amphibian altogether. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, my name is Zara Zuckerman. I am new here. I am 12 years old, and I am very happy to be of service. Oh, wow.
Nice to meet you, Zara. Come, just, ugh.
Well, that just seems very rude.
I'm not nice.
You just drag her over. You can see some of the other kids like getting all their stuff ready and prepared and putting their stuff in trunks and everything, hang out with each other. Some have just shoved their shit on their bed and they've gone over to where they've left projects on like different tool benches that are spread across the cabin. And Zara goes, "Do you seem to have a pneumatic press or maybe an auto vice or things of that nature? I have one more addition to be putting onto my personal project."
If you dream it, you want it, we got it. So let's just find you a bed first, and then I'll just let you loose. Or not. Your mouth is so fucked up. I don't know. We have to do something about. I'm so sorry.
Fucked up. I've never heard that as a descriptor before. Is that a good thing?
No.
And you see that her smile kind of cracks and her face kind of breaks. She goes, "Is it my braces?"
At least you're smart. I mean, it'd be a shame if you were dense, but luckily we can make this work. Look, you are in like the cabin for fixing. I think everybody's gonna have a turn.
My two dads, I'll let you know, told me that I am a very, very, very talented young lady with a genius-level intellect, and I impressed them so much that I made these braces myself. Thank you very much. They have been applied and formed, and they are perfect. My teeth are going to be straighter than an arrow. I'll take this bed. And she goes to like the bunk bed that's been folded up. It's beside where you sleep, and nobody has got that bunk bed because you've made it very clear that you just like you want your space. And she just goes and sits down her bag and just unfolds it and goes, "This shall be sufficient."
Wait, well, hold on, Daffy Duck. I don't think you should be over here.
Why am I not allowed? Is there like an age limit on who gets to sleep closer?
No, this is my area. This is my space, and I don't want your saliva or your syllables on my things.
She goes,
"Now you got me doing it."
"I've got the perfect thing to help this out." And she goes to her bag and she pulls out some gaffer's tape. And she goes and lays it down so there's a clear dividing line between the bunk bed and your bed and goes, you have your thigh and I have my thigh. How did that sound?
It sounds awful.
And she goes, well, I guess we're both going to have to get used to disappointment. And turns and starts unpacking her bag. We cut very quickly, just because I want this moment. Lysora, there are no alarms in the cabin of Eris. You'll wake up when you wake up. Sometimes you miss breakfast, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't even eat breakfast. But you are awoken up to a... What in the actual shit?
Shut up!
You shut up! There's a very important thing that just happened, and it's awful! It's awful!
I put the pillow over my head.
Lysora! And you hear... Bump,
What?
bump, bump. And somebody shakes you.
What did I say about touching me?
I'm sorry, I wouldn't do it if it wasn't important.
What is it?
And you see this boy. He's about 15. Seems, you know, his name is Victor. He's the one with the shoes. You see him clean his shoes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Those damn Jordan ones that he's always constantly, like, with a toothbrush cleaning and making sure they're perfect and they're accurate. Nothing's out of place, the shoelaces. And you see he's holding one up. And you see he's got one shoe off and he's got a boot on the other foot. And he goes, they're ruined.
How?
Trickery. There's been trickery afoot in this cabin. And I don't know who did it.
Usually there is.
Did you do this? When I woke up this morning, I have my shoes set up so that my boots are ready where I just step. I slip my feet into the boots. I step up and I just walk outside.
Why would I waste my time tricking you?
Because you hate me, Lysora! You hate me! You said it the other day. I was listening to some music, and you said, I hate you, can you turn it down? And so I figured, you know what? What's the best way to get back at old Victor, huh? Yeah, just go ahead and just ruin the one thing that Victor cares about.
I didn't fuck with your shoes, dude.
Well, then we have somebody going around this camp ruining Jordan 1s. This is
She's been, like, laying down this whole time. Like, in the middle of this, she's gonna sit up, turn and look at him. You are the son of Eris, and you let someone trick you? You are a child of chaos and disorder, and you let someone trick you by switching your shoes. And you want to complain to me? To me. I'm gonna snatch the shoe and throw it out the window.
No, that's an exclusive colorway.
Figure out who did it and get even.
Didn't have to throw the shoe.
Now, when you figure out what I did to you, then you could be mad. And I'm just gonna lay back down and flip over and pull the blanket up.
His eyes go wide. And we cut to Apollo cabin. You're up, Clyde. What's your morning routine like? Are you typically up with the sunrise kind of guy?
No. Clyde gets up before, so he could actually watch the sunrise.
You're coming back to your cabin, and you're seeing a group of returning campers, and you see Carrion standing, talking jovially with a kid, seems around your age. He's gangly, about 5'8". He's got a backpack on his back, and he's got a guitar case that's got a bunch of stickers on the side of it. He's got a shock of red hair that is long on the top, and it's curly, and he's got it shaved around the sides. And he's got a very toothy grin, and you can see the little bit of hair stubble that's coming out of just his chin. He's got a nose almost like Nigel Thornberry, a very hawkish kind of nose. He's wearing a flannel shirt that's kind of loose fitting. And you hear Chiron go, it's very, very wonderful meeting someone that has such an appreciation for music. Most of the people around here, they listen to more of like Lil Nas X's and other sorts, and it's nice to hear someone has an ear for the classics. Well, yeah, no, I'll tell you that much there, Mr. C. You can call me just Chiron. Mr. is saved for somebody else. Chiron, all right, I think I can get that handled up. Hey, say, isn't there another fella that's got a name just like yours but with a different vowel? Goes, that's Charon. That's a completely different person. He's like, Charon, that's right. Sounds like Karen, with just a little bit more mustard on the end of it. Say, is this the fella you were talking about? Points over to you, Clyde, as you're walking up. Chiron goes, yes, this is Clyde Goodberry. Master Goodberry, this is a new camper in your cabin, Tanner Chitwit. And Tanner holds out a hand and goes, Tanner Chitwit, nice to meet you, all the way from Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, I'll take his hand. Yeah, it sure is a pleasure to meet you. Clyde Goodberry, he, him. You're the newest one here at the Apollo Cabin, then. That's wow, this is really special.
Yeah, I reckon. I guess you could sign the next one, Apollo Cabin. I actually have no idea what all this is about, but you know what? I'm excited to learn. Feller told me, he came up to me and he said, Tanner, you got the voice of a god, and you got the fingers of a devil, and I know just the place for you. And he told me, well, you're just going to get on this here train. It's going to take you all the way up to New York City. You're going to find a man there. That man's name is Aloysius. Now, this Aloysius is going to take you all the way from Union Station in Grand Central Union Station. I think that's what the one is called, the big one with the clock in it. Well, he's going to take you from there, and he's going to take you all the way outside the city. You're going to go on this tiny island. He did not tell me that this tiny island was going to smell like trash and fish, but here we are. It's fine. I'm from Kentucky. I can acquiesce. Now, he then said, you're going to be there, and there's going to be a place, and it's going to say Delphi Strawberry Fields. Strawberry Fields, we don't do much of strawberry around here. Where I'm from, we have tobacco, and we've got cotton fields, and we've got cornfield. That's about all we have around here. We also got the Kentucky Derby. Now, he said, you're going to find that strawberry place, and you're going to walk on through, but it's not going to look like a strawberry place to you. It's going to look like a summer camp. And I said, shit, I've never been to summer camp. I've been to vacation Bible school. I've been to after school care. Well, hell, me and the other kids in the trailer park, we made our own kind of little summer camp kind of deal where it was in the creek down by the trailer park there. And well, we all just kind of threw rocks at each other. But it's close enough to summer camp, right? About the same thing here. But I figured, I saw this, and you know, I've never been really good at reading or writing arithmetic, but the sign on the door, I understood that plain as lickety spit. It said Camp Halfblood, and I was like, well, look, you know what? My mama's Puerto Rican and my father's American. That makes me half-blood enough, isn't it, right?
Someone told you the voice of a god, eh? Wow, interesting. Look, we're glad to have you. I've got a lot to do. Busy in the mornings. You cream your country kind of guy.
Oh, look, okay, so, you know, look here. I kind of like a little bit of everything. I've dipped my toes into ska a little bit lately, and I've found that it has a nice melodic tune to it, but I'm always going to have my heart.
No, I'm making, gonna fry up some fluffernutters for everyone in the cabin here. Just want to know what kind of peanut butter you like.
Shitfire, you're talking about peanut butter. You're funny. I'm crunchy all the way. Look, man, I was not raised on a lot of things.
We'll get you your own mug soon. We kind of do a thing where we work with some of the Festus kids. We make a mug. But until then, so he started this tea before I went off. And he usually times it right when it comes by. The tea is kind of done brewing. And we'll have a little outdoor area next to the herb garden. And got a good batch of sort of lemon verbena tea for you. It's good sort of with help your immune system. Helps with anxiety too, but you don't seem to struggle with that, and that's special. So go ahead, sip on this. want to get the fluffernutters started. And I was gonna ask what your thing was, but you seem to sort of got it. Actually, if you don't mind, if you want to get settled in there, we always usually do a little bit of a song while we cook breakfast. I assume you know how to use that thing in the case there, eh?
Oh, yeah. This thing
Yeah,
here, I've had it ever since I was a wee little baby. I've been playing
Yeah,
this
go
thing
ahead
since
and
it's big for
pop
me.
it out. You could play me a little tune while I get the fluffernutters started.
Of course, yeah. Now,
You know anything at it'll get us started there. I'll join in when I can. And he'll just sort of start. He's got a little pan over the little fire he's got going and get some fluffernutters started as he listens to whatever this guy's got to say.
Chiron says, I'll let you boys get acquainted. And Tanner goes, look, mister, I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth, but this man just hit me some lemon verbena tea. Last time I checked, a verb is a word kind of type of thing, and I've never had it in tea before. I take my tea usually sweet with a little bit of ice in it. Not too much because it gets a little bit too watered down. But you know what? Chiron goes, just go ahead and try the tea.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very
This
good.
tea's, I like hot tea in the morning. It helps with the voice and whatnot. Almost forgot. And I'll get a little squeeze of honey. It's got like a little honey pot, actually. I'll get a spoon in there. Yeah, put it right in the mug there.
He goes,
there you go.
kind of like a
Sip on
toddy without the whiskey. My pa was very, very, very keen on a toddy. All right. And he goes ahead and he just grabs the mug and he starts sipping. He goes, oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Careful.
Yeah. Sets it down and he goes, oh, I need to pull this bad boy out. He goes ahead-
Please.
he flips the latches on the case and he opens it up. And I want people at home, imagine that scene in Pulp Fiction where they open up the briefcase and there's gold light that shines on their faces. This is the most gorgeous guitar you have ever seen in your life, Clyde. And when I say that, I do not say that lightly. It seems that it was crafted perfectly for one intent and one intent only, and is to make to whoever hears it weep. It has perfect ridges. The string, there is not a dent, there is not a mark, there is not a scratch. Typically, when you see, like, when you look around, like, where the strings are passing over that hole in the body of it, and you see the guard on it typically has scratches from whoever's using a pick or what have you. There's nothing. And there's mother of pearl inlaid up and down the neck of the guitar, and it's just formed in letters that say TANNER down it. And there's filigree around the bridge of it, and at the very top you see, instead of it being like a Martin or a Gibson or any other kind of guitar, you just see a lyre, a mother of pearl inlaid lyre on it. And he goes, pretty sweet there, isn't it?
And that'll move a fellow to tears before you even pluck a string. I can't wait to hear it.
Look, I'll go ahead and play you a little ditty right here.
And you know what? Just for that, hey, don't tell anyone, but we got a secret around here at a little Apollo cabin. And I'll sort of show him one of the fluffernutters. I put banana slices in there. Close it, put it back on the grill.
You mad lad putting bananas on the fluffernutter? That's the secret sauce right there. And he goes ahead and he grabs it. And you see the strap he has. It's a very gorgeous leather, like red leather strap that he has on. And he's gotten like around some parts of it, he's got some duct tape wrapped around, and he's got some stuff sharpied in. And he grabs a pick and he just goes, and then just does a strum of a G chord. And it is gorgeous.
Mine was C, but that's all right.
And he goes, this one's in G, though. And he just starts playing a ditty, a lot of finger inflections. And it's a song about losing a loved one on a summer day. And you can tell like the character's perspective is like a grandmother to them. And it talks about how she's like lives outside of town and everything. And now that like work's been done, it's time to play and sit and swap stories with her and things of that nature. Gorgeous, like Appalachian, like bluegrass kind of sounding song. And for a moment, you are lifted out, almost like an out-of-body experience. And there were other kids getting ready for breakfast and what have you, and getting ready for lineup in ancient Greek classes later, and they're all just kind of stopped and they're staring at them. And you're pulled away from the music for a moment when you hear one of the fluffernutters is beginning to burn.
Oh, yeah, that'll be mine. I'll take that off and start a new one, sort of probably wipe away a tear. Oh man, you weren't kidding, Tanner. That's something. Who taught you how to play? Is that your father?
Well, Pops was more of a banjo kind of man. He kind of taught me all the chords and how to finger and such of that nature. Not the wrong way, I'll let you know. Well, not really the wrong way, but the way that you're not supposed to tell the little kids about, you know. But yeah, he kind of told me what the notes were. But I mean, he and my mama, they're always telling me about how, like, times where I was a little baby and I would just play and play and play. Like, I'd be about 3 years old. No taller than that, you know, than that little runt over there. Just running around playing a guitar about as big as myself. And just making people laugh. Going to church, making them cry. Go outside the general store, that old Dollar General, you know. Get a couple of, you know, help get some money. Get some money for the family and everything like that. Pretty good. Almost went to Nashville, but like I said, I met this man. He said, "You sound pretty good there, chap. I'm gonna tell you exactly where to go." I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go all the way to Nashville, Tennessee. I'm gonna be myself a big old star. I'm gonna be on the fucking you know, the radio. I'm gonna be like old Sturgill Simpson, you know." And he said, No. You're not gonna go. You're gonna head your way up past New York City to Camp Halfblood." And I said, "All right, well, that doesn't sound like, you know, the Ryman or Radio City Music Hall, but I guess you got to start somewhere."
It sounds pretty nice. Glad you had that relationship. Your father being Apollo, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, see, I'm kind of new to all this this type of stuff now. Before I almost said shit. I'm sorry. Well, there we go. I went ahead and said it. Well,
yeah, it's all right.
Cat's out of the bag now. All right. Well, see, I always figured that my pops and my mama were one and the same. But turns out, well, not one and the same, but, like, you know, like, they're the ones that birthed me. They had me, made me, and stuff like that. And I thought that my father and my daddy was the same thing. And it turns out that my daddy is just my daddy, but he's not my father. You catch my drift?
Oh, yeah. All right. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Well, either way, well, welcome. I think you're gonna do a lot of good here.
Yep, I figure it's gonna be pretty great and everything like that. Y'all have like a talent show or something like that, an open mic night?
Oh, absolutely. Every night I try to get everyone sort of gathered around, and we usually sort of lead the rounds with storytelling or, you know, playing some music, poems, or anything of that sort. But yeah, we do more sort of formal performances, talent shows, and whatnot too. Yeah, man, you'll be a shoo-in for sure.
Well, the most surprising thing when I got to New York City that somebody said is like, "You're from Kentucky and you got shoes on your feet." And I said, "Yes, sir. I also got all my teeth in my mouth." But you know what? Let's talk about something that doesn't matter. But, you know, shoe in, shoe out, don't matter. Old Tanner Chitwit, I'm your man. And he goes, "Thanks for the fluffing under there, Hoss." And he goes ahead and grabs it and goes, "The bananas just add to it." And he's going to, like, grab the guitar and he's going to walk over to a bunk and he's going to go, "Hi, my name's Tanner Chitwit. You mind if I get on the top bunk here?" And we will cut from there. Now, for the sake of time, we're not going to go and role play all the way through breakfast, and we're not going to role play through ancient Greek class. Is there anything, any conversations, kind of like, how are y'all going about, like, these kind of days? It's like, how are you going about your first day?
I suddenly want to set the Apollo house on fire. I'm gonna lock the doors and just set it on
Tag
fire.
team. We got
Yeah,
this.
there we go, Frog.
Yeah.
We're gonna cause a prank. The prank is end Tanner.
Next, yeah.
Oh, Theo they go to breakfast. Theo brings her little bag of like souvenirs because it's like half like here's some cool stuff I did and like to show to people, half like, hey, you might have messaged me this summer and I probably completely ghosted you. Here's an apology puka shell necklace I picked up. For like the older kids, there's like actual things, and like the younger kids usually pick like the keychains and stuff, but it's like
throughout the whole time of you doing that, Wilson does not leave your side. Wilson is kind of using you as a buffer, and Wilson was fine. Like, you almost like pulled like what might have been like old Wilson before whatever happened to him happened. But when y'all get to the mess hall, the dining pavilion, he closes up again. It's like everybody, he sees all the kids there and he just clamps up. And he pays attention to like people introducing themselves to you and like saying hi and like, you know, catching up with you. There's a fella who tried to apparently did not get the memo that you were going to be, you know, unavailable, and it's the counselor of Aphrodite Cabin was Kane von Carr. Kane von Carr is just a summer camper. He's the counselor of Aphrodite. He is 17 years old, and he is in a music group. He is not the good singing one. It is a la One Direction or other boy bands, but they are moderately successful. They're not like major, like busting down doors or anything. And he's known as the mysterious one within that group. Not very great at singing, but he can give a nice like look at the camera, and that's really going to take him places as he grows older. He comes up to you and goes, Theo?
Hey!
How's it going? I tried to message you this spring and didn't get a reply.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better about it. But I'm just, when I'm like out traveling, I'm always like, I'm not checking anything. And so sometimes I'll post pictures on Instagram, but I'm just not like.
Yeah, I saw him. I liked him. Left comments under him, and I was just like, wow, I must have said something wrong to kind of piss off Theo. But
no, I'm
attention.
sorry.
No, I get it. Trying to disconnect, detach, kind of, you know, get to your inner self. I respect it. I dig it a lot.
Sure, yeah. You know,
is that
living in the moment.
Do you know that little dude? And he points to Wilson, who's just kind of like looking at this guy.
Yeah, this is Wilson. He's new. He's my little brother, or younger brother. I don't want to call you little.
He goes, it's okay, I'm little. And he goes, little dude, that's right. And he goes, what's up? I'm Kane. He goes, I know who you are. And he goes, guess we got a fan. He's like, you're all right. He goes, just all right? Okay, well, no, you know, to each their own. And he goes, I saw you on the TV one time, and you're on Good Morning America with those other guys. And I was like, wow, like, the redheaded one's definitely the talented one of the group. He's, ouch.
I just keep waiting for Kane to transition into acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kane goes, yeah, I'm getting a weird vibe. I think it's because I haven't had my protein shake this morning. But yeah, Theo, we should link up a little bit, talk about our respective trips and everything. William, I'll see you later, little dude. He goes,
it's Wilson.
Wilson. And he turns, walks back over to Aphrodite table. And Wilson looks at you and goes, "Guy's kind of a dick."
Yeah, he always wants to like talk about our travels, but then he's always like, "Yeah, when you're on tour, you're so busy, you don't have time to see stuff." And I'm like, "Then why did you ask me over here?"
I think he's got a thing for you.
Fuck, really?
Yeah, my buddy Eddie Hernandez back home, he's got an older sister, and there's always guys at school that are always like looking at Eddie's sister, and they're always looking at her like that and like talking to her, but they're not really like talking. They're just like, you know, just kind of like talking at her. And like me and Eddie are like always kind of like make fun of her because we're like, oh wow, you know, can't have a normal conversation. Me and Eddie, we talk about stuff like, you know, Beyblades or, you know, Bionicle, but you know, don't really get to talk about anything cool if you just have dudes just kind of drooling all over you like that.
Yeah, I guess that happens. Do you think that's what it is? Is like he's into me? I just thought that, I don't know, he was bad at conversation. I'm bad at conversation, so I thought maybe it was
Wilson
the same
holds
thing.
up his hands. He goes, "I'm no Dr. Phil. I'm just kind of telling you what I see."
Usually I don't know if somebody wants to like kiss me until they ask
Ugh,
if they can kiss me, or they just do it.
ugh. Who needs it?
Who needs kissing?
Yeah. Seems gross.
I kind of like it, but you don't have to. It doesn't have to be your thing, I guess.
You think they have grapefruit here? And he just like turns
Yeah.
and starts looking towards the food line. Does anybody else have anything else they want to go over before we get into a fun-filled activity day?
The only thing that Zane does that's probably out of the ordinary of just like going through the motions of doing his camp counselor thing is he lets everyone see and ride the horse,
Yeah.
even if they don't want to, because they
There's a
need to
lot
get,
of not wanting
they
to.
need to get used to the idea of understanding death in this house, and it is not acceptable to not do it, because I'm going to talk them through their fears, because death is just another extension of life, and we live as heroes, and so we get to go to the nice place once we die, most likely, unless you're a scrub, in which case then you don't go to the good place. But that's a you problem, and you should probably avoid that. Oh, I said that out loud. Just ride the horse.
There is a kid. His name is Remy Sutherland Buffet. Remy Buffet. Hermes' kid. And he has made a bet that by the end of summer he can outrun your horse. He's like, anything you want. He's like, anything you want, homie. I bet you I can run faster than that horse.
What do you want? And I'll think about what I want.
So, you know what I want? You know what I really want?
What's that?
I want a coffin bed. I want to sleep in a coffin.
You those are specific to our house.
Yeah, and I want one. They got us in just regular old cots in Hermes' place, all right? It's cramped. It's dusty in there. I want a coffin bed. If I outrun your horse, I get a coffin bed. And if I don't outrun your horse, what do you want? Anything. Anything. Just say it.
Okay. You have to take me on a tour of the underworld. Just, you have to take me because, you know, I've heard that your family members know how to get down the river pretty easy. And being that you are able to do the impossible, like outrun my horse, I want you to give me that good old tour.
You want to? Okay, you want to go see it? You want to go see a tour of it? Okay, I saw it one time, all right? And I'll let you know, it looks like total shit down there. But
hey, don't talk about my second home.
All right. All right. It's a deal then. And he holds out his hand. He spits on it and holds out his hand. Shakes her hand. He goes, I'll have you know, this spring, I ran across Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan smells like hot ass anyway, so...
You don't talk about Lake Michigan like that, okay, bro? You don't talk about Lake Michigan, all right? All right?
Lake Erie's better.
If you don't have 4 stars on a fucking flag, I don't want to hear it, all right? And he turns, and you can see he's wearing like a denim...
You tell me something about your mitten one more again.
You can see he's like wearing a denim jacket that's got patches on it. On the back of it, he's got a massive like Chicago Bulls logo on it. And the top rocker just says Jordan across it.
LeBron James is the GOAT.
Oh, get over it. Get over it. He's a hack. Walks away. The rest of the day is filled with music class. Tanner Chitwit is natural music class. Spends most of the time playing most of the time. And like when I say classes, there's not like a teacher or anything like that. It's just designated time to be working on these certain skills, like learning ancient Greek, practicing canoeing, doing arena work. And arena work today, since there's a lot of new kids, it's kind of going over the basics, introducing them to swords, spears, shields, kind of the different tactics that you'll have to use instead of like actually like getting into combat. We'll have time for that later. After lunch and arena work, there's free time where you're able to kind of do whatever you want to do, spread out, kind of collect at the end of the day. And then you get to time where you work in the strawberry fields. Working in the strawberry fields is required of all campers. We do not condone child labor on this show, but it's a thing that comes with the territory. Somebody's got to do it here at summer camp, working the strawberry fields. And it's not like you have to have a quota or anything like that. They just want you to be able to like work and maintain and like learn some. It's botany. And then comes dinner, and then we have free time, and there's a game of freeze tag that's played before we get to the amphitheater scene. Is there anything that any of y'all want to cover before we get to the amphitheater scene?
So you always see Lysora show up, but she always just disappears. And, like, you never actually see her do anything.
For working in the strawberry fields?
Just all of it.
All of it? Okay.
Like, all of it. She's like, hey, I'm here. Yay, let's do class.
Escorts the rest of the kids of the goddess of Discord and then just dips the fuck out.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anybody else?
I suspect that I use this time to basically try to gather alliances because, you know, Hades kids are kind of hard to get along with.
There's 4 of you.
Yeah. And so I'm like looking for people who will put up with us. Like maybe Athena will. Maybe I can use the wisdom thing against them to like, you know, we have the power of the underworld on our side, yada, yada, yada. You know, maybe I can give you some like pomegranates or something. I don't know.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me a 2d6 plus awe.
That is a 6.
First day, people are really kind of focused on their own lane and doing their own things. There is one person that's interested in like kind of like collaborating a little bit more this year for summer camp, for the summer portion of camp. And that is Hudson Santos. Hudson Santos is the counselor of Ares' house, or Ares' cabin. Hudson is a very focused and determined, jockish kind of guy. He is from Oakland. He plays hockey. He rollerblades often. And he is very... he wants to work outside the box this year with the campers in Ares' cabin. They often work with Athena or Aphrodite just because of those common connections, but he's interested in maybe getting some time together for preparing for Capture the Flag at the end of the week. Working through some tactics, you know, maybe the Hades kids might know the dark recesses of places where to, like, you know, sneak about and be a little bit more stealthy. He's been reading books about guerrilla combat, but he's also been reading the Bushido Code. So he's trying to marry the two together with like samurai combat, but also guerrilla warfare. And he's not able to kind of find a happy medium. And so that's really what he's looking for. And he thinks,
just over here like honor. Yep. Yep.
And he thinks that you might be the one that could tie them together. This is in no way, shape, or form going to blow up in your face.
It is absolutely not. I'm 100% in strong belief that Ares' cabin is the key to everything.
So with that, we come to past a riveting game of freeze tag. A lot of the younger kids play it. A lot of the older kids kind of take it to their free time. We get to what is designated in the schedule as bonfire sing-along. We're going to put that with our welcoming evening, our kind of like welcoming ceremony that takes place in the amphitheater. All of you have gathered these areas in the amphitheater, but for each of your cabins to kind of grow together. It is very, very evident where there are more kids and where there are not a lot of kids. Specifically with Nodos and Hades. There being 4 in Hades and 2 kids in Nodos. In the center of the amphitheater, on the stage area, you see Mr. D, Dionysus, and Chiron standing together. And you also see the counselor for the Dionysus house, where there is not a lot of kids. There's about, 8 of them. Some of them are getting a little bit older. You see there is a 26-year-old man who is wearing like a long sleeve flannel shirt that's rolled up. He's got a backwards hat. He's got black hair that looks almost purple. He's got a chin goatee. And you've seen him throughout the day getting picked on by satyrs around camp. But this is Pollux. This is Dionysus' son. He has been around for a long time. And he is going to be around for a long time, as long as Mr. D has his say about it. When you all kind of gather in, Mr. D says, "All right, welcome. Thrilling first day of camp. There was swords, strawberries, freeze tag, I think. A couple of announcements. We want to welcome some new campers. Welcome all of our new campers. I see there's Sarah. He points to Zara Zuckerman. And Tyler points to Tanner. And little one, Willie. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Some of our new students are welcome. Hope you're all comfortable. This is just a welcoming ceremony, and I have said enough. Take it away, Chiron. And he just kind of sits and looks irritated as Chiron motions up and goes, "Welcome, demigods, children all alike. Summer again, in the week leading up to the summer solstice. I'm going to keep this short and simple because I feel that you all know what's about to be said and done. But we just wanted to welcome you all to camp. If you need anything, me, Mr. D, or any of the satyrs are around to help you as protectors. And of course, campers that are not counselors, you can always look to your counselors as guides. They've been here for a long time, and they're more than willing to help you out. Without further ado, let's sing some songs, get prepared with a ceremonial bonfire, and we'll get ready for our first night of camp." And throughout the opening song, it's normal, tense, and the clouds start welling up. They start forming all around the camp, coming from Long Island Sound side, from the sea. And then there's thunder and immediately lightning. And the rain starts to pick up. A storm starts brewing. Carrion goes, "Oh, okay, everyone pack it up, make it back to your cabins. We have free time, but let's get ready to batten down the hatches. It seems like it's a rough storm coming up." It picks up more. The wind picks up. What are you 5 doing?
I'm complaining aloud. Didn't we used to like not have to deal with this? Like, wasn't that a thing?
As just a question, as longtime campers, like year-round campers, we know the weather stays
Yeah.
like perfect all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all very familiar with that lore,
Yeah.
April.
Who pissed off Big Daddy Zeus? I gotta be real careful about that.
This is
Real
bad.
sensitive.
Everyone needs to stay away from the lake. Something's gonna come. It's gonna swallow everything in. Someone's gonna get hurt.
What are you...
Whoa.
He starts taking out his bow and notches an arrow. Everyone needs to get very far from this lake right now.
We just need to get everyone inside. This is
Let's-
like one of the few times you see Lysora actually like do her duties. Like, everyone inside. Come on, we gotta go.
It's getting really serious. Let's go ahead and let's make our way. Let's get to the dining pavilion, mayhaps, or let's go to some place that's nice and gather together. We'll get some cocoa going or something. Get out of this storm. It's Dionysus. What do you think's going? He's like, look, man. He's got like a newspaper that he was reading during the songs over his head. He goes, look, I don't know what's happening more than you do. All right, let's just get the kids together. Let's go. Okay.
It's unlikely that anybody's gonna die. It's like 43 deaths a year on average.
Theo, wind, can you do something? A wind
Theo
thing?
Lightning strikes,
Is fully
it's fine.
like nervous, but like smiling a little because she doesn't get to sit in a storm at camp very often or ever.
Theo, if it makes you feel better, no one's died this year to a lightning strike.
Not yet.
And so the wind is kind of well, Wes, you can rule if this is not the case. But to me, in a regular storm, Theo would sit outside and let the wind kind of carry around her, and it's not going to whip her hair in her face or anything like that. It's just going to be enough like chaos to get a little bit of adrenaline, and she can kind of sit in it and let the storm strike around her as it may. But if this one feels different or nefarious for any reason, she would not be enjoying it the same way.
At first, it's kind of like that, Theo. And then it starts getting a little bit more serious, and it starts whipping around your hair.
Hey, Theo, buddy.
Yeah, she's worried.
If you could be ready, I think someone's going to get pulled into the lake, and you might be one of the only ones that can help them make sure that doesn't happen.
You hear a cry almost as Wilson has grabbed your arm, Theo, and looks very, very concerned. There are tears down his face, and he goes, "Can we get somewhere safe, like a shelter or something? Is there some place we can go?"
We can go to the pavilion with everybody. Clyde, you saw something? You see something? Do we need to? Theo's strong. She'll just pick this kid up.
Can I use Oracle to try to get a clearer vision of? Because I heard someone yell out, "Don't take him" or something like that. Can I get a better hone in on who that might be?
Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus judgment for me. 8. As you're trying to focus down, there are different candidates that kind of pop up in your head, and their faces kind of swap. You can kind of see their head shaking as somebody's grabbing their arm and pulling them away. You see the faces and the shapes change a little bit, and you see it's between 4 different people. You see Zane. You see Wilson. You see Dionysus. And you see Tanner.
I'm just gonna say the names out loud. Not Dionysus, because I think Dionysus can handle themselves. So say it. Zane, Tanner, Wilson. We get hands on all of them, please.
Got him. Theo is. I'm using produce element to create a wind now around me to do counter. I don't think I have enough to like fully push a storm away for a gift, but I want enough to create my own little thing while I'm holding Wilson, where the wind is not being oppressive.
Does that require a weird roll? I do not believe it.
I don't know. It's just under gifts. So, however,
if it's under gifts, yeah, go ahead and roll me 2d6 plus weird to bend fate.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Billy, you said Clyde had already had like their bow ready.
Yeah, Clyde is not, even when Clyde is speaking, he's not looked at anything except he's just staring out into the lake. He's just sort of saying these things as they come to him, out to people.
9.
But yes, the bow and arrow just held at the ready.
Okay.
A 9. So go ahead and pick 1 boon and 1 bane from the bend fate category.
Okay.
It's on page 24.
Yep. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna take 1 harm.
Okay.
But I'm going to have my gift do something beyond its natural limitations.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna create an eye of this storm to get us to the pavilion, to get everybody to the pavilion if possible.
You create this eye of the storm around you, and at first Wilson is very, very scared. He like grabs onto you very tight, and he's like not reacting he's reacting poorly to like all the wind and the rain and everything like that. He's shaking.
Theo kind of says like, "Hey bud, it's the wind. this is home turf."
Yeah.
As she kind of pulls it up.
And he's shaking his head, and he goes, "No, not like this, not like this." And a Jordan 1 comes flying through the air and hits you in the head, and you take your harm. And he's kind of freaking out, but at that moment he goes, "Was that a shoe?"
Yeah, man.
And he starts laughing a little bit, but he stops kind of like freaking out. And so he's calmed down a little bit as y'all start making your way to the pavilion. Can I get each of you to give me a Pierce the Veil roll? 2d6 plus judgment. We're not talking about the metalcore band here, though.
Ten.
10?
I also got a 10, and I have -1. This is a good day.
10?
12.
12?
Yeah, plus.
Wait, plus what now?
It's plus judgment.
I got a 1.
A 7.
A 1.
How'd you get a... Oh, you have a
I rolled
negative.
snake eye. I rolled 2
Oh,
ones, and I have a
Oh, you
negative
double.
1. Oh, that's
You
a
get a
double.
snake
I rolled a
eye.
double. I gained a thread. But I got a 1 total.
You were all making your way to the pavilion. You're about halfway there. Typically with Pierce the Veil rolls, it is you start them and you can ask certain questions about things that have happened here. Since we're on the first episode and I'm kind of getting things set up, I'm going to go ahead and kind of take over. Lysora, you can't see anything, and you're just kind of relying on Theo. It's all storm and wind, and it's gotten bad, Theo. It's gotten really bad. Those that got a 7 to 9, you can hear music, like country music. but it's not coming from like a guitar or a person. It's like playing from a radio. And those that got 10 or above, as y'all are making your way to the dining pavilion, you now are getting a clear look at the sky. The trees have thinned out, and you see that there are whirlwinds in the air, cyclones and spirals all moving all around the camp. And it seems like there's a bubble that's been burst above the camp. Something's happened that's caused a freak storm. It seems like there's a hurricane and a cataclysm and tornadoes happening all around you. And you can see Chiron, like, there's like, he hears music too. And he's kind of like moving out, and he has his own bow and arrow out. And he has his sword to the side. And he's piercing through, he's looking through, and he goes, what is that? And the people that had 10 and above see through the wind and the rain and everything, you see a man with an open, zipped-up hoodie. And he's got a wooden stick, and he's holding it up, and he's looking up at the sky. And he looks over, and he goes, Chiron! Chiron! You know what I've come here for. Just hand it over, and nobody will get hurt. And Chiron goes, I'm sorry, I don't know who he goes. You know exactly who I am, Chiron. Hand it over, and nobody gets hurt, all right? It's very important that they have it, and I need you to hand it over right now. Chiron goes, look, just stop whatever you're doing, and maybe we can talk about this. He goes, I'm not doing anything. I'm keeping it back. I just need you to hand it over now. And he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, it's very imperative that we get it, so we get it to where we need to go. And you all see a group of kids further ahead. One of them is Tanner. And he looks back over at you, Clyde, and he goes, Clyde? Clyde? What's going on? Clyde! And then, like, the wind picks up, and he's mouthing something. And he's yelling. And a lot of you can't really hear it. And then the man with this like deep recessed face and wrinkles looks at Tanner and says, there it is. And you see him hold out the stick, the staff, and a cyclone sweeps Tanner up. But it's not really Tanner, it sweeps up the guitar around Tanner's, like around Tanner. And it starts pulling him toward
I'm hopping on the horse, and I am trying to grab Tanner.
Go ahead and give me a 2d6 plus prowess roll, please.
Ugh. One dice, don't fail me now. 10. Mortimer pops out from behind you, and you hop on Mortimer, and it is hard. It is rough as the winds are whipping up. And you hear this old man say, give it to me. I need it. I need it. And you can hear Tanner, who's being dragged, and now it's been pulled off his body, and he's holding onto the guitar, and he goes, no, it's mine. It's mine. Get your hands off of it. And Chiron is trying to notch a bow, but the wind is really rough, and Chiron's trying to move, but he's having trouble. He's sinking into mud, and he's yelling, you will not take him. You will not take him. And you on Mortimer is having a time, but you get to Tanner. Yes, Theo.
Do I have a second to do something?
Yeah. Okay.
I set Wilson down. Are we under the pavilion at this point?
Y'all are almost close to the pavilion. If y'all were continuously moving through this, then y'all are close to the pavilion.
I would say real fast, to the pavilion by yourself or into that storm with me? And I'm getting ready to set him down.
He goes, I can run. I can't do it. It's just like what happened back home.
I've already put him down.
Yeah, and he hauls ass to the pavilion. You can see he jumps to get under the pavilion.
I'm praying the Eye of the Storm follows this other kid of Notos, like to what my dad and every other Greek god. And then I'm going to rush in. Roll 2d6 plus metal to charge your enemy crossing the battlefield in the blink of an eye.
All right.
And I'm going to charge this dude.
Go ahead and do that. I want you to take note that when you saw Wilson run, didn't even get phased. Chiron's having trouble. Zane is having trouble on Mortimer. Wilson just ran right through the wind.
It's home turf, baby.
Go ahead and roll.
I'm so nervous.
Zane, what are you doing with Tanner?
Oh, I am taking him as safely and far away from here as I can. We are hauling ass away from the storm and hopefully somewhere safe within the camp.
Okay. What did you roll?
5. On a 6 minus, you're off target and find yourself in a tight spot.
Zane, you get to Tanner, and Tanner looks at you and he goes, "You gotta help me, man. You really gotta help me, all right? I can't let go. This thing is priceless." And the guitar is still being pulled, and you're trying to grab Tanner and everything, and Tanner's starting to pull you and Mortimer because the wind's really strong. You rush in, Theo. What is Theo's weapon of choice? I would assume Theo has her weapon on her at this point. Like, y'all typically keep the fucking
shooters,
the motherfucking things on her. Would it just be like the sword and shield standard? That's with every camper around here. Some have specialized weapons, but
yeah, I feel like Theo's a brawler, but in close, maybe like a knife, like a big.
Yeah, big knife, big fucking. You call that a knife? This is a knife. Got it.
Yeah.
You run, and the guy turns his head towards you, and he is wearing. You see now, it's not just like the hoodie. The hoodie was almost kind of like a charmed kind of thing. This guy is wearing robes. Wind-swept robes. And he's got a cloudy crown on almost. And his face is deep and recessed like a canyon. And he has a matted beard. And he's missing some teeth. But his eyes are storms. They are black with not lightning or thunder, but whirlwinds and cyclones in them. And he turns and he looks at you and he goes, "Oh no, not you. No time for you." And he takes his staff and he does a motion like this. And you feel for the first time ever, Theo, wind pick you up and carry you someplace you don't want to go, which is headed right towards Zane. And Zane, you're holding on to Tanner. And you've almost got Tanner out of this cyclone that's pulling him with the guitar. And then Theo rockets into the side of you and Mortimer. Theo, you are going to take a point of damage. Zane, you are going to take a point of damage. As you hear a rip. And Tanner's jacket rips off of him. And he's getting pulled towards this guy.
Can we try stuff?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So, as soon as I see Theo go, I'm going to do something really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Where is this guy? Is he in the air?
He is starting to levitate in the air. Yes, he was standing at first, but after Theo rushed at him, he started to levitate.
So right before he starts levitating, I'm going to pop up behind him and just try to like grab the arm with the staff or something.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. I don't know if like I can physically do anything to stop him, but try to distract him, try to break his concentration.
Yeah. Go ahead and
just
try
like
to do...
pop up behind him and like pull his hood down over his face. I don't know.
It's either 2d6 plus prowess or 2d6 plus awe, we will say.
Can I argue that I can use larceny because it's under pressure? So I can use my weird instead?
Let's go for it. Let's try it out.
Okay. That's a 12.
Holy shit.
What were you trying to do to this guy?
So I wanted to kind of like cause a distraction, mess with him so he like loses focus on his spell or whatever he's doing, or like drops his staff. So I was like gonna pop up behind him and be like, fuck, pull his hood over his face and like knock his staff out of his hand.
Okay.
Can I assist with this in a way? Because I was pretty much trying to do the same thing, so maybe it's easier.
I know you got a 12. I will allow you to do one thing for him through that, because this is this is a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm asking for a lot.
There's a lot. Well, there's a lot that he's doing.
I'm gonna take his staff because that's his power.
Okay.
I feel because I
Okay.
see him waving that around to do stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean that he's using it
Okay.
a bit. Yeah.
Then yeah, I'm gonna like pop up behind him and like just grab the staff and like try to pull it away.
Got it. What are you trying to do, Clyde?
That's what I was gonna try to do since we're
Take a
both doing the same
staff?
thing.
Okay.
But I'll well, not necessarily like that. Instead, I'm going to take a shot. I was going to try to shoot the staff essentially,
Okay.
but seeing that she's in there going for the staff, I guess I'm just going to shoot at him.
Perfect.
Um,
Go ahead, Frog.
I would like to assist the assist. Frog is gonna go behind Clyde and just like fix his posture and like do like little bitty things to the bow and use zoom and enhance.
Okay. Got it.
That's
All right.
awesome.
Are we talking about enhancing stuff, Bully?
Enhance.
Yeah, we're
Enhance.
enhancing.
Enhance.
Okay. That is plus metal. I think that's a 9. So on a 7 to 9, they get a +1 forward the next time they use the item. So not now, but the next time they use the bow.
The
they
next
get a
time you use the
+1.
bow, you get a +1 forward. All right, cool. What did you go ahead and roll? Smite someone for me.
So I'm going to use my power, which is fight smarter. I can use judgment instead of prowess when rolling to smite your enemies, because
Got it.
Clyde is not strong. But when he shoots his bow, it's less of like the pull and the talent and the aiming, and he just has this sense of where he's supposed to aim for the arrow to connect where he sort of envisions it going. So the aim's he's essentially almost like he's just shooting into the wind in an almost random direction. Because I assume in a storm like this, you couldn't really do a normal shot anyway.
Yeah.
But with sort of this oracle power, maybe he knows just where to shoot in the wind to hopefully catch it. So he's going to use that. So I'm going to roll judgment. And I am getting a plus, or getting a plus next time?
You are getting a plus this time because this has something to do with your vision that you had the night before.
I also have an epic ranged weapon. It's one of my gifts. I don't know what that does.
That is going to be a +1 as well.
Let's do it. That's an 8, but my judgment's 2.
So 10.
And then if I get a plus for anything, that just adds to that. But
On a
as high as I
10
do.
plus, choose the 3 from the list below or disarm your enemy. So that's exchange harm, when you can use protect yourself, -1 harm to you, or crush them, +1 harm. Gain an advantageous position, +1 forward on your next smite. Make an opening, +1 forward to an ally who follows your lead, or you take something from your enemy.
I'm gonna create an opening for Lysora
Okay.
since she's in the thick of it.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay, so you get to choose 3 from that list.
Oh.
So-
So I can't, using this, I cannot, I can't protect myself. I can't crush them. but I
Got
can
it.
do the other
Okay.
ones.
Okay, you can do the other ones. Take something from your enemy, +1 on your next smite, and then make an opening, +4 to an ally who follows your lead. Got it.
Go.
So you will have an extra +2 the next time you do your smite. Perfect. Lysora. An arrow flies and distracts the guy enough for you to pull the stick from him. The stick drops, and he turns on a swivel, almost like the wind moves his feet, and he turns towards you and goes, You dare, daughter of Eris, insert yourself in business that is above you?
That's what we do, and I'm gonna grab it and back out and nope out.
Okay, go ahead and roll me up 2d6 plus weird, please.
11. Apparently I could do everything but see shit.
You bamf out of there, and he goes,
Oh, I'm bamping to Chiron, by the way,
to Chiron?
with the staff.
Chiron is having trouble. Something's up with Chiron. Something. You noticed during the ceremony, or the opening ceremony, or whatever, that he seemed kind of tired a little bit, and he seems a bit sluggish and tired now. And he's like, something's odd. Something. What? Lysora? Lysora, what's that?
Got a staff.
That's a stick.
Stick.
He starts.
Even if we're out.
You hear a booming voice come from him. He goes, Keep it. Never your mind. I have what I'm coming for. And he is pulling Tanner closer. And he grabs Tanner, and Tanner, he's like, Let go. And Tanner's like, No, I'm never letting go. And he says, Never mind. I'll bring you with me then.
Can I do one more thing? It's my last throw.
Go ahead.
I'm going to use what will be and try to stun him.
Okay, go ahead and roll that 2d6.
That is a 12.
You see that he's trying to whisk himself away, but he stops, and he's looking at Tanner. And he's got like a hand on Tanner's shoulders, and Tanner's holding the guitar, and he's like, Mister, are you supposed to be doing something right now? As you just see him staring.
Yeah, I do the stupid thing now, and I riding on Morty, and I stand up on the horse and grab Tanner.
Well, I need you to give me one more roll here.
God damn it.
Roll 2d6 plus metal.
Can I try to help by producing element to give him an opening?
Yeah, does waving that stick around cause any errant magic to go off and cause a distraction?
Don't
What do you
even
get?
worry about it.
What'd you
I
get?
just rolled a 12,
You
so
good?
that takes it down to an 11.
You okay?
All right, come on.
You
That's my last good roll. I don't roll
grab
nothing else.
Tanner around the neck, and you just pull back. And
Morty, don't let me down.
Mortimer rears up like a fucking Western horse, and y'all hear a snap of a leather strap from a guitar, and you hear Tanner go, "No!" as he's being carried off in the storm. And the guy shakes his head and goes, and glares at you, Zane. And he just whirls around and flies up. And slowly the storm starts to recede. And that is where we are going to call our episode for this evening.
That escalated quickly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Before we go, I would like these lovely people to talk about who they are and what they're doing. But I also would like for y'all to go over your threads. So let's go over threads real quick. They have things called hooks, story hooks. Each playbook that they are playing has specific things that if you achieve them, you gain a thread. Threads work like XP in different in different PBTA games powered by the Apocalypse, but they kind of combine strings and XP from Monster Hearts. You need 5 threads to advance or to level up, but you can also use threads to reroll do things like reroll or reduce harm or make sure that you don't have to do your death move or things of that nature. So I want you to each go through your different how you gain threads and go ahead and mark those different threads. I will say, Lysora, Zane, and Theo, actually all of you, all 5 of you, because you'll participate in that end bit, are going to get a Be Epic thread. So you're going to be going out with a thread because y'all did an epic thing. And then I want each of you to go through and like think about if you did something during the session to mark your threads, and I'll do level ups, and we'll go over them next episode when we have a little bit more time. But yeah, this is the first episode of our story, Bitter Water. And I would love to have each of the cast tell you who they are, where you can find them, and what they have coming up this week. We are going to go we're going to go in the round, so we're going to start with Lysora. April.
Hi everyone, I'm April. You can find me everywhere as April Raygun. What do I have this week? I have this. On Fridays I have Hunt for the Heart Shards, where I play a magical girl D&D, where I just became the evil. I might have accidentally just taken the powers of evil, so who knows. And on Sundays, Invisible Suns, where I also might have just made a deal with evil. I'm making a lot of evil deals lately. Huh. But tonight I played the Sora, and from my threads, I rolled doubles because I got 2 1s, so I get a thread. You gave me that epic one, so that's 2. I tricked people, so that's 3. I caused a distraction. We were taking turns causing distractions, and I told multiple unnecessary lies, which gives me 5 threads this session.
So you can choose to advance, or you can choose to hold on to them.
I'm going to advance.
Perfect. Excellent.
I don't know what my advancement's going to be yet, but I'm going to advance something.
Sick. All right. Is that it, April?
Yeah. I got 5 threads. The only other thing I can do once per session is teach someone a lesson. Wait, did I? Did I? I yelled at that kid about, you don't bitch about being pranked if you're a kid of Eris. You fucking
We'll say you taught somebody a lesson.
I got 6!
Got dang old power gamer April over here. I love it. You love to see it.
Look, you told me to get these. I'm like, how do I get these every episode?
Yeah, I told you. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, next we have Prince.
Hey everybody, I'm Prince, aka Doubles the Dice around the interwebs. I've been playing the one, the only Zane, the Reaper. You can find me this week, tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Cyberpunk Red over at Roland D's 20s, my sister station, where I am the co-founder of that group. You can find me over on Vancouver by Night. Actually, no, I'm off this week because it was a rough time. But you can find me on Rolling These 20s Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time for Philly by Night, which is a Philly-based Vampire the Masquerade chronicle where they have traveled 500 plus years into the future and found out that Mark Zuckerberg has stuck his brain into a giant AI and is controlling the world through the technocracy. And he is fighting against Cain as Cain tries to collect all of the blood of the old vampires and restart the bloodlines because he thinks we fucked up real bad.
Amazing.
As an aside here, for threads, I got double 6s right at the end of the game. We got the Be Epic. Does save a life count for me going hard to save Tanner?
You did save Tanner, so you did in fact
Excellent.
save a life.
Throw a party?
You did throw a party.
Make morbid remarks.
You did make morbid remarks.
I didn't really ease anyone's suffering, so I'm not going to try to game that one.
Yeah.
Fuck that. But I got my 5.
You got your 5. You got your 5. Booyah. I think this is the first time I've ever run this game and somebody's gotten... I got 2 people that got all 5 in the first episode.
We're here to level real fast.
Real fast. All right.
Get me the opportunities to do it. I'm going to go at him.
Amazing. Next we have Theo.
Hey, I'm Rachel. I played Theo. You can find me on the internet at Ms. Petty Dreadful if you want to follow me on social media, and you can catch me playing games on Table Goth most of the time. So check that out. As for threads, I got Be Epic, cause collateral damage when I crashed into Zane there.
Mm-hmm.
Say something awkward. We ruled. I said something awkward to Frog regarding some backstory stuff.
Yeah.
Put your element on display. I was doing a lot of stuff there. And then describe your element wonder. I don't know that I necessarily did that one. I vibed for the storm for a little bit, but I don't think that's not where we're going. That's just vibing. So yeah. I'm at 4. I did not fully level.
Ooh. Excellent. All right, and then we have Bully.
Hey, I'm Bully. Everyone thinks of Table Goth. Things I have coming up. Ooh, we just recorded our first Cult Chronicle game, which one? It's fucking brilliant. If I say so myself, which I can and I will. I was gonna save them all, record them when we're done, but I might just release this one like next week because I really liked it. So we'll see. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm playing in things Table of Horrors, starting that again this week. Playing in a Wraith game with them next week. We're starting Call of the Abyss again on the Overlords channel. Mm-hmm. I think I have a couple weeks till we start that. Yeah, just go to Table Goth's channel. Watch all of Hades High School with these people. It's all there. The after shows are there. Spread the love, feel the vibes. Speaking of vibes, my boy Clyde. I got one for doubles. Got the epic one. My other things are reveal the truth, track someone down, present a new perspective, or pass judgment on someone. I don't know if I really nailed any of those.
No, you didn't really pass judgment on anybody or anything like that.
I am waiting for Clyde to pass judgment on people now. That is the only thing I care about for the rest of this
I mean,
game,
I don't think I'm really going to do
bitch.
most of these. He's not really a tracker. He's not really judgy. Maybe reveal the truth. I don't know.
You tracked me.
Present
you used your
a new
oracle to find me.
Present a new perspective. I don't know.
You used oracle to find me. That's like tracking.
You did.
Right?
You did track. I will give you that one. Yeah, technically. Unless you abstain. Unless you say.
I'm not trying to get.
Look. It's
sure,
collaborative.
I'll take it.
It's collaborative.
I'll take 3.
All right, take 3. Sick. Perfect. Amazing. All right. And last but certainly not least, we have Vin.
Hi guys, I'm Vin at VinVoxVA. Catch me right back here on Thursday for Comfort Carrion, Comfort County Snowfall. We're having a great time, and I was the lovable, charming, sweet frog. For my
now who's telling unnecessary lies?
I'm gonna get other people's threads. I got one for certain, and that was Be Epic. My other ones are Fail a Roll, which I did not. Make something cool, not yet. Explain how a device works, we're getting there. And break something you shouldn't. Would a little girl's self-esteem count?
Oh yeah, let's count it. You broke a little girl's self-esteem. For a moment, there was a crack in her armor. She got it right back, but for a moment.
Brutal.
You humbled her.
You break Clyde's heart a little bit every time you talk. Just every time you talk.
But when you got behind Clyde, you started enhancing on that bow.
Enhanced. Perfect. Well, to round everything out, my name's Wes. I'm the creative director and founder of Carrion Comfort Studios. I'm a fan of all these people that you see here, and I would love to see you tomorrow in our Discord as we watch AEW Dynamite. It is the Go Home show because we have a big pay-per-view this weekend. So go ahead and check us out. We'll be watching wrestling Wednesday and Friday night. Thursday night is Comfort County Snowfall. Friday night would typically be me playing Disco Elysium, but we are pre-recording episode 2 of Mezzanine Alpha, which airs on this upcoming Sunday. And Saturday, we will be airing Full Gear pay-per-view at the Discord server. But that's for patrons, Patreon members. So if you go in and you become a patron, well, then you can watch the pay-per-view with us. If you're not a patron, then sadly, you cannot. Just how we gotta do things, you know, gotta keep it calm and collected. But I would love to see your smiling faces as we watch one of probably the greatest pay-per-views of wrestling this year ever. Maybe, who knows? It could be a wild one, but I would love to see you there. And then Sunday we have Mezzanine, and then next week we do it all over again with more Comfort Sickle with Leslie and everything like that. I would love to see you follow us on Twitter. I would love to see you follow us here. I would love to see you use your Prime subscriptions and your gift subscriptions and everything like that. And I would love for you to check out our sponsors, which are over here. Dice Envy and Callow. Go to their websites. We have links below. Code word comfort, 10% off of your order with either one. Dice from Dice Envy and supplements, focusing, sleep aids, all that good stuff from Callow. And then go ahead, check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Discord, Patreon, all that good stuff. It's late. My name's Wes. And these are all wonderful, wonderful demigods. And with that, comfort comes soon. Goodbye.